Hal loves being antagonistic. Just ignore him when he's mouthing off. Don't let him get under your skin.
I dare you to release me and say that to my face!
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision, and the remainder for execution. Hal loves being antagonistic. Just ignore him when he's mouthing off. Don't let him get under your skin.
I dare you to release me and say that to my face!
Alright, let's get started on the stream. Why can't I hear anything? This damn headset. Okay, that's weird. I can see that my mic is being picked up because it's a separate thing. I can't hear the game audio through my headset. Okay, wait, I think I got it now. Okay, perfect. My headset does this sometimes. Let me just hop in to a call. Raise the sensitivity a little bit. And then my PNG model is not on. Give it a few seconds to pop up, and there we go. Okay. I woke up at, like, I literally woke up an hour before this whole stream started. I did not eat lunch. So if I, like, there's a chance that halfway through the stream, I'm gonna have to, like, make some food really quick. You know what? I should do that right now. I should just make that. I should make food right now really quick and just, like, pop in. Okay. What time zone am I in? Oh wow, did all of the chat just not load in until like just now? Okay, I don't know. I guess time zones, or I guess not time zone. I guess the chat didn't load in. It just loaded in all at once. Um, I am in. Respectfully, I'm not going to answer that question because I don't really want to reveal where I where on the earth I live, if that's understandable. It's American. It is one of the American time zones. So I'm Vada. Anyway, okay, give me like 30 seconds to make my food, and then I will be right back.
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision, and the remainder for execution. Hal loves being antagonistic. Just ignore him when he's mouthing off. Don't let him get under your skin.
I dare you to release me and say that to my face!
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision, and the remainder for execution.
Okay. If I if I ever say I'm gonna take 30 seconds, always remember that I'm a big ass
Hal
liar.
loves being
I
antagonistic.
probably take
Just
like
ignore him when he.
I take like 3 minutes to do shit like this. I figured it was better for me to like have this do this like right now instead of like stopping in the middle of stream. So I do like to just run. I just like to go through everything all at once. Anyway, we can now start on this Tribal Chronicles. I specifically did not do... I didn't start this at all yet because I knew that Xilonen's... I knew that like Xilonen's thing was gonna be tied to this arc. So I made sure to not do the Children of Echoes Chronicles so that I can like that way I could like front load all of the storyline. And there wouldn't be some weird like time gap in between.
She's not back yet. Oh, I hope nothing bad happened to Master Chevin. Hey, that little kid is crying. Wonder what happened. Let's go check what's wrong.
Hello, is something the matter?
Master Chevin,
She better not be dead.
she went to gather volcanic crystals, but she's still not back yet. I told the guards, but they said they don't have people to spare. Plus, that area's super dangerous, with tons of monsters and bad guys. They have to finish making preparations before they can try to rescue her. But it'll be too late by then.
Ah, don't worry, we'll go look for her.
So, you'll help? Great! I'll just make a quick sketch to show you where the guards went earlier. They said Master Chevin might have stopped around here. She might have been forced to go near the shadow pin. If that's the case, then...
Shadow Pin? Have I been near the Shadow Pin before? I haven't done the world quests in a while, so I might have forgotten which one the Shadow Pin is.
Please, you have to save her. Please help me save Master Chevin.
Let's go rescue this lady. I think I've done the Shadow Pin world quest. That's one where you get to that really fancy area with all the like... I know there's like a really fancy area somewhere in the world that you have like a giant fucking like golden crystal area, but I don't remember where exactly. Oh, here it is, right here. I think this is part of the Shadow Pin quest, but I might be wrong. Maybe the Shadow Pin is something else.
Off we go. All right. According to the map, we should be... Get away from me! Look, over there! Is that Master Chevin? Everybody stand back!
Locked on.
Where did you come from? So strong! Let's get out of here, boys! Run! Leave the stuff if you want to live! Drop all of it!
Well, they didn't put up much of a fight.
Guess they knew what they were up against.
Thank you so much. I thought I wasn't gonna make it down this mountain alive.
Oh, she got a... Whoa, that's a cool-ass looking, like... I know it's not a monocle, but it... I don't know.
Saved by the traveler. Guess my luck's not too bad today.
Like a binocular? The only time I've ever seen something like this before was in the fucking, what was it called? It was Toy Story 2, where that one old man was, like, refurbishing Woody and, like, fixing up his tear. And then he was, like, doing some... He had, like, a thing, like, an eyeglass that did, like, had, like, multiple magnifying glasses to, like, really zoom in on him.
Sorry. Let me introduce myself. I'm Chevin, a gem artisan. I'm not usually this lucky, but maybe things are looking up.
Emix sent us to help.
She did, huh? I didn't mean to make her worry. I wasn't planning to be gone longer than 2 days, tops. But then, I discovered a new seam of volcanic crystal near the Shadow Pin. It's a large deposit, and the purity is exceptional. I dug up a whole bunch of it and was getting ready to head back. But the phlogiston within the crystals attracted monsters. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen the state this place is in. It's all because the Shadow Pin suddenly came crashing to the ground and left behind a massive crater.
Okay, so it is the Shadow Pin that I did in the World Quest.
The seam I found was closer to the outside, so it survived the disaster. Still, the crash riled up the monsters in the area, and now they're everywhere. I panicked and ran up a narrow path to avoid them. But by the time I was in the clear, I ended up running into those bandits. You showed up in the nick of time.
If the situation was so dangerous, why didn't you just drop the crystals and run?
I left most of them behind, believe me. I only kept the purest chunk. I have to bring it back no matter what. For Tlasoli and poor little Nechka.
Who are they?
Right, you wouldn't know. Tlasoli is a former ancient name artisan, and Nechka is her daughter.
I wonder how the quest changes if we do this after meeting Xilonen, because I definitely feel like this second line would not have popped up if I was still in 5.0 and I didn't do the Archon quest yet.
Oh, you know Xilonen? Try mentioning that name in front of Tlasoli. She could sing Xilonen's praises forever.
Now's probably a good time to mention this, by the way. I just have to mention it every once in a while. Sometimes the chat does not show up for me. And then, like, I get bombarded by, like, all the messages all at once. So, I usually try to respond to chat when I see the messages, but if, like, if it kind of seems like I'm just not... If it feels like I'm, like, ignoring some of the chat messages, there's a pretty high chance that I might just not be seeing it at the moment, and it's gonna be, like, front-loaded all at once. So I do apologize if that is the case. I'm not really sure who is in chat right now. I do want to clarify that in case somebody is, like, chatting at the moment.
The foremost expert in ancient names, the future of our tribe, the finest artisan in Natlan. You'll never hear the end of it. I know Tlasoli misses the days when she used to forge ancient names. She'd never say as much, but I can tell.
I thought that when you forge an ancient name, you die. Like, wasn't that talked about in, like, in that one scene with, Xilonen and Citlali? They talked to the Lord of the Night, and then she was like, oh, if you forge an ancient name, you pay with your life. So I wonder, like, maybe... I don't actually know how this whole thing works. Maybe you have, like, an upper limit on how many you can forge before you die? Because I feel like to forge an ancient name is, like... I feel like forging an ancient name is really, It seems like if it's one name per person, that feels like a net... It feels like a net neutral, honestly. But I guess right here it says, like, she misses days when she forged ancient names, plural, so maybe there is, like, a limit or something. I'm not really sure how this whole thing works. I could have sworn you die, though, when you make one. Why did she stop?
Because of her daughter. Poor Nechka contracted an awful illness, and Tlasoli put everything aside to take care of her. Even as Nechka's illness grew worse, Tlasoli never gave up. Like a torch in the night, she was determined to burn bright, even as darkness encroached from all directions. Still, all's well that ends well. Thanks to the doctor's medicine and the Wyop's protection, Nechka's flame was rekindled.
Oh, that's a happy ending.
Her condition has been slowly improving ever since. She's still weak, of course, and has to recuperate at home. but she's well enough to write letters already. She often writes to Xilonen, apparently. Her dream is to become an ancient names forger just like her mother. Her birthday's in a few days, so Tlasoli asked me to find a pure volcanic crystal to give her as a present.
Hmm.
Yeah, talk about an important chunk of ore! What a nice gift! Paimon hopes it helps her feel better.
I'm sure she and her mother appreciate your well wishes. All right, let's head back. I'm sure Emish is worried sick.
Oh, Emish. Sorry, I didn't mean to say Emix.
Actually, why don't you come with me to visit Tlasoli tomorrow? It's all thanks to you that I managed to bring back the crystal. You deserve a reward for helping us protect something so significant.
Is it an ancient name?
Hey, the Pyro Archon said she contacted Xilonen about that already. Let's not complicate things.
I really need to know what the line is when you don't do... If you do the quest before 5.1. I need to know now because, like... This is definitely, like, recent information. There's no way that this has popped up beforehand.
We don't need anything fancy like that. A normal gift is more than enough.
Don't worry, something tells me you'll like this one. But I'll let Tlasoli tell you what it is herself.
Alright, stream's over, guys. Thanks everyone for coming. glad we got that out of the way. Now, let's start Act 2.
10 points for agility.
I'm gonna get that Pyroculus. Oh, I need more of those. Little bit of a detour. Oh wait, this isn't what I'm looking. Oh, I thought those were the ember flowers. Never mind. I've been putting... Dude, I don't know what happened with me. I was originally going to do this quest on Tuesday, and then I just didn't have the energy to do it. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to do it on Wednesday. But then I, like, kind of locked in with the editing. And I was like, oh, let me... You know, like, I'm going to edit the Kave video first. And then it just... I just didn't do the quest as early as I thought I would. Which kind of sucked because I made sure to, like, hold off on, like, farming certain materials. That way I could, like, I would get enough material by the end of the quest to, like, level up the rest of Xilonen. But it's fine. She's already pretty strong in Abyss. Like, she's actually... She was, like, level 70 when I did, like, the Abyss run. And she, like, carried, honestly. Not, like, carried, like, DPS-wise, but she definitely brought a lot to the team's, numbers. Which is kind of crazy.
Oh, you're early. Looking forward to your gift?
Do I be nice or do I... I'll be nice.
That's right. Nichka's been so sick, and Tlasoli had to give up what she loves. Things might get better, but they could probably still use some cheering up.
I've already asked someone to swing by and let Tlasoli know we're coming. She's probably made all the necessary preparations. Let's go then. Do you mind watching the story, Mish? I'll be right back.
It is a good thing that I don't have a face cam because I'm eating so, like, messy right now.
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
All right.
Dude, I love Natlan exploring. It's so convenient to just run around Natlan now. How do I go here anyway?
All right.
Alright, here we are. Let's go visit Twaso. Yeah.
Here we are. Nice house, right? Give me a sec, I'll go knock. Plasoli, open up! They're here!
Twasoli. Okay. I'm gonna butcher that name so horribly if I try to say it myself, so just bear with me when I'm like... bear with me if I'm using their names.
Plasoli? Are you home? Open the door!
Oh no, don't tell me that someone's gonna die.
That's strange. Huh, the door's locked. But she shouldn't be out at this time of day. Hey, Nachka! Nachka! It's me, Chevin! Open up, please!
Need me to break down the door?
What if something happened to the two of them? What if Nachka got worse again?
Let's not overthink things. They were doing just fine the last time I was here. Nachka was sleeping soundly in her room. Still, I told Tlasoli we were coming. Maybe she had to take Nachka out to get some medicine.
Hey, what's that over there? Looks like a Tapetlosaur nest.
That's right. Tlasoli has a Tapetlisaur companion. If I remember right, its name is Iengu? When she was still in the forging business, she'd often have Iengu help with some digging work. But since Nachka fell ill, she hasn't let it dig much recently. Wait a minute. What the... This place is a mess! Iengu's nowhere to be seen either.
Oh shit, did they get like ambushed or something?
Whoa, look at all these broken boxes. Something terrible must have happened. The tracks end at this cliff. Could the Tapetlosaur have climbed up the mountain? Let's head up there and see.
Oh, that's a bomb. Ow. Ooh.
Huh, there really is a Tapetlosaur up here. Might not be Tlasoli's companion, though.
At least it doesn't seem to be in any danger. Seems like it got up there on its own, though.
Paimon still doesn't see any sign of Tlasoli.
Hey, Traveler! Paimon!
Oh. Oh, she's back?
That's Chevin's voice.
There's someone next to her?
Come down, quick! Tlasoli's here!
Oh my gosh, she has like little animal ears. That's so
Huh?
cute.
We just got up here and Tlasoli's back already? What a coincidence. Why is the Tapetlosaur coming along? Whoa, hey, don't run, you'll hit us!
Are we gonna get knocked down the cliff? Oh. Okay.
Iengu, come here. Are you being naughty again? Oh, that's a good Saurian. Oh, you must be hungry. Sorry. I'll whip up something for you later. All right, run along and play now. I'll come along in a sec. Sorry, you two. I was waiting for you at home when Nachka... Well, she snuck out and ran off by herself. She said she just wanted to pick some flowers for our guests, but she ended up getting lost along the way. Luckily, I managed to find her before long.
Is she alright?
Yeah, Chevin told us she was just starting to get better.
She's still very weak. The shock and the cold winds certainly didn't help, so she ended up with a slight fever. I gave her some medicine and now she's in bed. But it's nothing a good night's rest can't fix. That said, she won't be able to meet you today. I'm sorry you came all this way for nothing.
No, it's okay.
Don't worry about it. We know she's still recovering. Chevin told us how serious her illness was. Her health definitely comes first. We were just dropping by to check on her.
Did I hear a noise in the background? Like, it didn't sound like it was actually in real life. It sounded like it was in-game, like someone broke a crate.
Yes, and to run away from eating her vegetables. She's a fast one, that's for sure. She jumps over chairs, hides under the table, then runs all around the house. I can hardly catch her. Seeing how she is now, that's already enough. I really couldn't ask for more.
Hey, cheer up. This is supposed to be a happy occasion. We do appreciate that she tried to welcome us with flowers. Anyway, Tlasoli, about the thing I was telling you before.
The gift.
Yeah, what did you get us?
Oh my god, Paimon, be a little more... like, subtle about it.
Well, it's a blaze gem inscription. I made it from the purest ore, so it's almost completely resistant to erosion.
That looks really cool. You know what it reminds me of? Anyone from like early 2000s. I don't know when this actually started happening, this trend, but you guys know what I'm talking about, like the infinite S. It looks like the infinite S symbol.
The techniques used to make it are all rooted in ancient name forging.
On a more lore level, it looks like an Ouroboros. No, Ouroboros is a circle, not a figure eight.
Don't say that or the Wyatt might smite me. The process just uses a few of the same techniques and materials. When I first made one, I didn't think it could serve any practical purpose, apart from the erosion resistance and the general aesthetic. But then Chevin suggested using the crystals to make a special kind of ornament.
Blaze gem inscriptions made by an ancient name artisan, engraved with words that never fade. Quite the sales pitch, don't you think?
Wow, that description really does make it seem special.
Tlasoli's blaze gem inscriptions really are special, though. Word of mouth isn't always reliable. As information gets passed along, it becomes incomplete, forgotten, and sometimes even distorted.
Ah.
But the words inscribed on these crystals will stand the test of time. The inscription will never deteriorate, and the meaning will never get twisted.
I like that. That's a really cool way to, like, preserve stories and information.
It's the perfect gift for a dear friend or significant other. You could even pass it down to younger generations.
Yeah, let's get one. We can engrave our names onto it. Then once we find your sister, she can add her name as well. That way, our names will be together forever.
You deserve it. You saved me. And Nechka's birthday present. It's the least I can do to repay you.
Chevin, I thought I told you.
Don't you start acting shy too, Tlasoli. It's a great gift. I know how much work goes into one of your blaze gem inscriptions.
Well then, thank you both. I'll have it ready as soon as possible. Then, I'll have you do the inscription yourself. Nechka should be well by then. She'll be very excited to meet you.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't even know how expensive that would be. You sure we have enough Hold on. This isn't part of some scheme to make us spend all of our mora, right? Chevin?
You never know. You do look like you have some savings to spare.
Oh my gosh, she's such a tease. I love her.
Don't listen to that, Traveler. You'll end up losing all your mora.
In any case, it's up to you.
It's really funny how the adult to Petlisaur sounds like what the baby should sound like.
Oh no, it's the Tapatlosaur again! Quick, someone stop it! Paimon doesn't want to get run over again!
Oh, he a little dizzy?
Also, if you don't mind, Tlasoli, I'd like you to help me repair my blaze gem inscription. I dropped it when I was attacked earlier. The rope and clasp both snapped, so I haven't been wearing it. I tried fixing it myself, but I just couldn't get it to stay. Could you help?
Just leave it to me. I'll make it as good as new. Thank you, Chevin, for going all that way and...
It was nothing. We all just want Nechka to get better.
You're right. Miangu, behave yourself. I'll feed you in just a second. I'll have Chevin contact you once everything's ready, Traveler. Maybe we'll even line it up with Nechka's birthday. We can even have a little party.
Oh, that sounds great! We'll look forward to all the good food, and we'll make sure we're ready to eat. Anyway, see you around, Tlasoli!
Look after yourselves. Nechka is going to be so happy to meet you.
So in this particular... Okay, so I assume that if you did this in 5.0, it would feel like time has passed a lot further from how they're, like, setting it up. It seems like... Yeah, from how they're setting it up, it seems like time... Like, a lot more time has passed between now and, like, the Act 3. I'm interested to see where this goes. What is over here? Oh, is it just like a warning sign? The workshop is closed, no entry. I wonder if that gets unlocked. I gotta do that quest later on. The other one, but that'll be an off-stream thing.
It's been several days now. Wonder if Plasoli has finished making the Blaze Gem inscription.
Is that Xilonen?
Xilonen, good thing you're here. I'm wondering if I can...
Oh my god.
Oh, the shelf on the left, second row down, first X on the right. That one's yours. And the garden hoe belongs to Ignal, and the hammer is Pakal's, so make sure you take the one that's yours.
I haven't even said why I'm here. But looks like you're about to head out for a break.
Yes, but I am going to take it right here. The temperature is just perfect today.
Really? But doesn't it feel a lot hotter than usual? I really don't want to stay out in this heat.
Exactly. In hot weather like this, customers don't tend to stick around and talk when they're coming to place orders or pick up the goods.
I see. Oh, here comes another customer. I'll just leave you to it then, and pick up my axe.
Sure, sounds good to me.
He's so sleepy.
Hey, Xilonen!
Whoa, what the fuck, Paimon? Paimon, don't be trying to sneak a peek like that. That's so creepy.
Oh, Traveler, Paimon! We meet again. Oh, you two seem to be in good spirits. How's your, Pilgrim's Chronicle been? Run into any issues?
Pilgrims... Oh, that. I gotta do more of those
good.
quests.
It was also my first time receiving a Pilgrim's Chronicle. Even though I've already turned it over to you, there are still a lot of things that could go wrong, so I wasn't sure if there'd be any issues.
Huh? So, what are the chances that something might still go wrong?
Well, less than the chances of Mualani accidentally falling off a spiritway, I'd say.
Oh, well, that definitely would never happen.
I found the axe, Xilonen. Thanks a lot. By the way, Nitchka's birthday's coming up real soon. Are you planning to visit her?
I've prepared a gift, and was just getting ready to take it to her.
You're not planning on giving the kid a full set of pliers again, are you? Or, let me guess, woodworking tools?
You'd give these kind of things as birthday gift? I guess it would kind of make sense if Nechka wants to be an artisan like her mom.
Oh, yeah, I make these myself, and it's a lot of work. But if you like a set, I can make some time and forge one for you.
Great! We often camp out in the wild, but a set of Xilonen's tools would make pitching a tent and starting a bonfire a whole lot easier.
Well, still, I won't be giving Nechka any tools this year. She wrote me a letter saying that she'd like a copy of Tequil the Brave.
Interesting.
The book is not what you call a bestseller, but luckily, I have a few copies in my collection. They were really old editions that were published a long time ago, but they should still be readable.
Children her age love fairy tales. The last time I was at Tasoli's, I even brought Nechka... Wait. What did I bring her again? It must have been her favorite thing, but, why can't I remember it anymore?
Interesting.
Oh, it is quite hot today. Seems you're about to pass out from the heat. Do you even remember your own name?
My memory can't be this bad. It's just these last few days. I've been forgetting things for some odd reason.
Something's up with the ley lines, I bet. And we'll see how it affects other people, because if other people are... It's either a situation where people are just forgetting things left and right, or maybe it's like things connecting to Nachka.
Well, in that case, why don't you use the blaze gem inscription you have as a memo to engrave some important things to remember? After all, that inscription will never wear out, and it's easy to carry. I'd say that's quite a fitting use for it.
You do have a point, but my inscription is almost already full.
Did you include all your relatives' names too?
No. I engraved some wishes on my blaze gem inscription. You know, just some dreams that I have for the future and things I'd like to accomplish one day. Even though Tassoli has said that from an aesthetic point of view, it would be best for people to keep their inscription short, this blaze gem inscription was still made by a name engraver, the forger of ancient names themselves. Everyone thinks that the inscription she made might have some wondrous powers.
Is this the same voice actress as the lady at the tavern? They sound really similar.
So, many people who bought blaze gem inscriptions engraved their wishes and dreams on them, in hopes that they would come true.
Sounds kinda like a wish granter. But if you do that, won't everyone be able to see your wishes and dreams?
Don't worry. We usually ask Tassoli to add the inscriptions for us. She has a unique method of engraving. With her method, the light must be at a certain angle in order to see the text.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Without the right angle of lighting, the blaze gem inscription will just look like a pretty stone.
That's true. In the end, a blaze gem inscription is essentially just a piece of rock. It doesn't have the power to grant people's wishes.
But what if it does?
Making wishes to it is like shouting into an echoing valley. The only one who will answer is yourself.
I love the analogy. Beautiful.
But using it as a journal for your wishes is also fine. Carrying them with you and taking a look from time to time can be a good source of encouragement. Well, as long as you don't suddenly change your mind and want to take your wishes back, that is. These things are extremely durable. It would take a lot of effort to change the words. And I don't think anyone would willingly part with it either. They're not cheap and very hard to get. If you ever lost it, you'd just be filled with regret. Still, it's really strange. Given Auntie's skill, how could it take so long for her to make one? Oh, well, I hope someone didn't give her an idea of making fewer and selling for more.
I know just the person who would do that.
It's true. Chevin would totally have put that in her ear. Still, I don't think it's such a bad thing for Tassoli to make some money by selling these. At least she and little Nachka are better off now, and won't have to worry about the cost of treating her illness anymore. I was really worried about their family at first, and was even planning to send them some... Huh? What was I planning to send to Nachka again? This memory of mine.
All right, if you stay out in the heat for any longer, I'm afraid even the inscription won't be able to save your memory. You should, go back. Yeah, get some rest.
Right. Right. Please give my regards to Tassoli and Nachka. What's going on? Maybe I should go talk to Ernly to get some medicine.
So you'll be going to Nachka's birthday party too, Xilonen? Oh, perfect! Then let's go together!
Oh, yeah, sure, but I didn't expect you to know Tassoli too. She hasn't been coming to the tribe much lately, so how did you get a chance to talk with her?
You explain your encounter with Tassoli to Xilonen.
Oh, so that's how you met her. She even wants to use volcanic crystal as a forging material. Guess she's really pulling out all the stops for her daughter.
We also wanted to get a gift for Nachka, but we have no idea what she might like.
Then let's just go and ask. Come on, I want to give her the book anyway.
Huh? Wait a second. Our birthday gift's supposed to be a surprise? If we ask Nachka, then she'll know what gift we'll be getting her. And that would ruin the surprise.
But if you don't ask her, then how will you know what kind of present she would like? Here's another idea. Perhaps you can also give her a storybook based on what she wrote in her letter. That might be a good option.
Easy enough, I have loads of those in my bag.
But shouldn't we give it a little more thought? If we all give her books, it might seem like we didn't put much effort into it. Xilonen, have you really never asked her what she would like the most? There must be something else she'd like besides books.
Unfortunately, no. Nachka's illness has kept flaring up over the past few years. Apparently, she couldn't do anything during that time other than rest in bed. She didn't even have the strength to talk to anyone. It wasn't until recently that she started to recover from her illness and regained strength to write letters to others.
I'm actually kind of concerned about what her illness was in the first place, and like, if the recovery has any sort of like negative implications. Like, remember Baiju's story quest, right? What if it's one of those things where like some evil dark magic is what's like helping her recover, but it's like gonna come with consequences later on?
Anyway, there's no need to overthink it. Worst case scenario, I can split the book into 2 volumes, and we can each give her one.
Great idea. Now let's go and ask Nachka.
Yeah, even though it would ruin the surprise, we could at least get her something that would make her happy. Anyway, could you tell us a bit more about the book that you're getting her? Is it really that unpopular?
Well, it's a little difficult to explain. You see, there are actually 2 versions of To Kill the Brave. The premise of the book is pretty straightforward. It's basically about a set of twin brothers working to defeat a demon lord.
Somebody is gonna be eating this up. I can think of at least 2 people who are gonna be eating that lore up if this has implications later on in the quest.
But after defeating the demon lord, the older brother To Kill discovers that the king's spirit has possessed his younger brother Remok. In the ending of the original story, the older brother kills his younger brother to defeat the demon lord, before jumping into a volcano.
But in the new version? Oh, perfect, we can read. Do I want to read this whole thing? I kind of do, honestly. I'm in a... Since I just woke up, I have a lot more energy from being well rested, so let's read this entire story. I love the illustration on this. This tale comes from the desolate, distant past. In those days, the mountain's teeth were still bared. Bard has 2 R's. Were still bared like blades against man and beast, thirsting for the souls of the feeble-minded, human and non-human alike. People knew that a god of the mountains loved them not, and was to be given a wide berth. Yet they were forced to seek shelter in caverns from the storm screaming through the wilds, all to pass one long night after the next. But these caverns, like the mountains, extracted payment from those vagrants. Countless were the tribes who lost kin to the wastes through which they stumbled blind. Valiant Tequil and his kind-hearted brother Remok were born to one such tribe. At the hour of their birth, a long, troubling night reigned inside and outside the caves, and though the campfires around which the tribespeople sat flickered, none were comforted by their light. The people thought, "This fire shall soon go out, and once it does, we too shall be finished. How long will this night last? I'm cold, and hungry too. Let's hurry things up then. Quickly, let me walk into the night. Better that than this torment. Oh, you poor children, you poor, poor children." Yet Tequil and Remok did not announce themselves with sorrowful cries as other children did. Instead, Tequil stared into the cavern depths. The minions of the cavern did their best to frighten him, but their gaze swept over them, keen as a sharp stone spur. He has seen us, our sharp claws and long teeth, but he is not afraid. The wicked creatures whispered among themselves anxiously, and involuntarily retracted said appendages. Raymok, for his part, waved his hands and laughed, and his laughter was like pebbles tumbling in a stream, drawing the eyes of all the distressed townspeople to his face. Only then did they notice that though the flame wavered, it had never ceased to burn. And with another wave of his hands, Raymok patted the firewood next to him. Feed the flame, the elderly chief, thus reminded by the newborn boy, shouted his words aloud, repelling the fear that had been about to swallow the tribe whole. People stood and fueled the fire, and they drew their obsidian blades, casting their eyes into the cavern depths just as Tequil had. The beasts of the cavern were filled with rage and hate, but they knew that these people would not loosen their grip on their weapons, nor would their eyes be shut. Terror had already fled, and so death was forced to retreat. Only when the sun rose again did the brothers close their eyes, falling asleep in their mother's bosom. This is a really long story. Thus did the tribespeople depart the cave, having lived another day. These people, who had rejected fear, would live countless days more. Yet the defeat of her evil underlings caught the eye of their master. Coatlicue? I'm gonna say Coatlicue. I'm probably butchering that though. Maybe it's Chew. Coatlicue? One of those. I'm probably still butchering it, but it's fine. For this Lord of Demons, who claimed to be the mother of the underworld and mistress of 10,000 times 10,000 caves, whose fangs were the rocky stalactites, whose tongue was every blast of wet, frigid wind, and who upon awakening could only be satiated by devouring 10,000 living souls. Tequil and Raymok were the first humans to slip her grasp. Shame-faced, this Earth Mother waved her hand, lashing the evil beast cowering to the side with rock. Go, go, redeem your humiliating failure. Capture those dim-witted mortals and fill my stomach. But having seen their fears vanquished, the people remembered well the methods of scattering those terrors time after time. They settled at the foot of the mountains, sharpened wooden stakes, lit fires, and gave the sharpest blades to their best warriors, with which they would stand guard beyond the stakes. Their bright eyes pierced the wilderness beyond the firelight, and did not shift their gazes away even for a moment. By blade and fire did Coatlicew's minions taste defeat time after time, until they could do nothing but huddle in the dark, daring not to draw the flame. The fires in the hearts of the people ignited, and they began to speak of victory, of light, and at the end of the Viper, they believed in Tequil and Raymok. These two brothers could surely keep the heat and light alive. Tequil and Raymok thought the same, and so they sharpened their spears and blades, preparing to drive the demon lord of that evil serpent to her doom. But the Earth Mother, who hated this tribe, did not relent. She took sludge from the deepest pits of the cave and pinched it into a snake. Then she plucked out her own eye, setting it into the serpent's eye's socket. It was that child who caused you to witness the fire, and so let me go and swallow his eyes. One evening when the sun had just set, night's veil was slowly covering the sky, and the stars had yet to begin granting their light. The serpent bit and slew a rabbit beyond the tribe's bounds, and burrowed into its skin, lying flat on the ground. Raymok, returning from gathering herbs, came upon this rabbit, and seeing its wound, the kind child put his torch down without hesitation, and reaching for its herbs, he chewed on them, preparing to apply them to the rabbit. But the snake, speaking for the Earth Mother, leapt from the wound, hissing laughter. Haha, ignorant, foolish human, sacrificing yourself for a lowly rabbit. Before Raymok could retrieve his torch, the Earth Mother's serpent latched its fangs first onto his neck, then, burrowing into his body, captured his heart and soul both. The defenseless sentries were the next to be murdered by the Earth Mother, for they greeted Raymok just as they always did when he returned from gathering herbs, only to be pierced through the heart by the serpent, dying on the spot. The entire tribe's fires were put out, and amidst the shroud of darkness, death and terror were resurgent. The Earth Mother spat the snake out, and through poisoned fangs she cried out, "Behold, behold, you arrogant fools, and kneel as you should in the dust." But the sound of a rock being struck cut her off, for Tequil, who had been sharpening his obsidian blade, used it to create sparks that set his tent alight. He raised his blade and charged forward, letting fly his blade at the Earth Mother's messenger. The blazing edge cleaved the poisoned serpent molded from soil with ease, but as Tequil was about to follow through, he saw his brother's eyes and the blood staining his brother's hands. That instant was all the time the wounded viper needed to escape. Yet nigh fully charred it was still, and the Earth Mother's eye reduced almost to ashes. This tribe was destroyed, and never again was there a chance it would dare defy her. Thus did the Earth Mother comfort herself as she retreated into the darkness. How Tequil wished to call out Remok's name, but the burning dust caught in his throat, and so he could only watch as his brother vanquished into the night. When the night at last passed, Tequil, who stood amidst the ruins, knew that the surviving tribespeople could no longer stay. Burying his confusion and pain deep in his heart, he led them on a new journey. They crossed mountains and canyons, dodging fearsome beasts and poisonous insects. Tequil did not close his eyes for so long as they journeyed, nor did he dare to loosen his grip on blade or torch. Finally, by a silent volcano, they found a tribe willing to take them in. Only after he saw the last of his tribe peacefully fall into slumber under the old shaman's care did he relax and collapse into the earth. When he awoke, he found himself in a blazing cave. The lava that surrounded him undulated. Fuck. Surrounded him undulated with an erratic pulse, as if the very mountain was slowly breathing. When he stood up, the lava boiled and bubbled, and a rumbling came from all directions. "Do not search for your brother. His eyes have been devoured by a cunning serpent. But I must save him and pursue that venomous snake also." His words echoed through the cave, but the goddess of mountains and fire was silent. Tequil thus prayed unto her, "Let my brother's name live on. I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return." The goddess answered him in the echoing cave. Thus she said, Your prayer have I heard, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name was sunken into the deepest of depths." Tequil raised his name and lifted up his wishes to the goddess. "Turn my blood into fire so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry. Turn my blood into fire until my soul may sear and slay that serpent. I will take its head before my blood runs dry." When Tequil awoke once again, the old shaman of the tribe gave him a brand new sword, food, and water. Finally, the shaman clasped his shoulders and blessed him. May your fire dry the venomous snake's venom." Thus did Tequil embark on another journey. His strength was endless, his body tireless, and his blood burned like lava. He crossed grassy fields and snowy peaks, deep valleys and high mountains, and the goddess of mountains and fire showed him the way with falling rocks and the cracks and the cracks and cliffs. Thus did Tequil stride forward without hesitation. When he met his brother again, the Earth Mother mocked him once more using Remok's body and voice. When her claws pierced Tequil's chest, he moved not, and instead her bones were melted by his burning blood. Tequil stared the vicious demon lord down, and said in a loud voice, "My brother is gentle of heart. He would surely have made this land a better place. Yet you have affronted him with your poison, smothered his virtue, slaughtered those who had faith in his virtue. Die, you despicable venomous insect. Die here." As he roared, Tequil's blood stained his obsidian blade, turning it red hot in an instant. The Earth Mother watched in terror as her shell, bones, and soul were sundered. She wished to scream, to buy but a moment in which she could unleash her claws and tear Tequil to ribbons. But she could make no sound, for in the fire's light the silent soul to whom this body once belonged awakened, and that soul cried out to his brother. I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will have never left. The blazing flames swept over every corner in that gloomy, frigid cavern, and every last poisonous insect within was slain, burned to ash alongside every plot and scheme, so heinous and vile. As the last drop of his blood was about to burn away, the roof of the cave above Tequil's head trembled. A fissure opened and a gem fell down and stopped up his wound. The goddess of mountain and fire spoke out once more, and her voice echoed across the walls. You yet have one drop of blood. Return to your tribe, for this is your brother's wish, and I will see it fulfilled. One night, the old shaman who had waited day after day beyond the tribe's bounds stood to welcome the returning Tequil. But Tequil refused the water, the food, and the cheers. Instead, he simply said, The venomous snake is slain, and I am victorious, but I shall soon depart along with my brother. He took the gem from his chest, placed it upon a torch, and walked up to the silent volcano. I have but one drop of blood left, but it was not left for me, but rather for justice and fairness, for the good and the brave. Use it and light a fire, a flame that shall never be extinguished. Having said that, valiant Tequil leapt into the dead volcano. The earth was shaken by his heart and blood, and the volcano's own heart resumed beating. The blazing lava once more beginning to flow. The volcano lives, as does the bravery of all the tribes. I see the chat now. Alright. I have no idea when these messages were sent, but I do see the next 3 messages. I'm glad these are fully voiced. The Arkham quest was awkward with the lines not being voiced. It was awkward. It was really awkward having to voice like Kachina and Kniech. Although it made for a pretty funny bit with the whole muting a how because he was already muted. And let's see. Welcome, Lunary, to the stream.
I remember there was one line that was super popular at the time. If I still remember right, after being possessed by the goddess Coatlicue, Remok said,
I fucked up that name so badly. Holy shit. I said like Coatlicue or I think it's like Coatlicue or Coatlicue. Oh my god. Okay. Coatlicue.
I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left.
So the other version of the story.
The other version was released only recently. The author heard a suggestion from someone and suddenly decided to try and make a stake in the fairy tale market, so the story was revised. In the revised version, the brothers killed the demon lord together and both survived. According to the author, this gave the story a happy ever after kind of ending. However, the revised version was not well received. After a month on the market, it had hardly sold any copies and the books were collecting dust on the store shelves.
That makes sense. I mean, to be honest, tragic endings are a little more meaningful because there's actual consequences.
The store owners desperately tried to get rid of the book and have resorted to all sorts of promotions and discounts to sell it. Even now, the only edition of To Kill the Brave you can find in the market is the newer one, whereas the older edition is nearly impossible to find. Anyway, I couldn't bring myself to give such a poorly rated book to Nechka, so I spent a few days looking and managed to find a few copies of the old edition in a warehouse. I picked out a copy that looked relatively new and wrapped it up as a present for Nechka. If you're interested, I can give you this extra copy to read. The pages are pretty old though, so please be gentle with it. Oh, and here's a copy of the newer edition too. They gave me a free copy when I went to buy some chocowaddle.
So that's how they're trying to sell off the book. Could it really be that bad? Even Paimon's curious now.
There's two more for the collection. You can read them to me while we're on the road, Paimon.
Okay, but you'll have to carry Paimon for a while. Once Paimon's done reading it herself, she'll read it out for you.
Let's get going. Celestoli lives pretty far from the tribe, so it'll take us some time to get there.
I spent so long reading that story, I forgot that we didn't even get to the, like, actual main quest. Okay. I'm not gonna read this right now. Maybe at the end of the quest I'll read it. I just want to see, like, how... It's like the same length. The same length. I mean, I suppose the, like...
Are you running away?
Oh, damn. I suppose the newer stories are always a little bit better. They're better for children, I guess, because it's not always good to have, like, a child read such a dark version of a story.
Go on now, Yengu. Nachika is still resting.
Like, I would not give my, like, little cousin the Brothers Grimm version of fairy tales because that shit gets really dark. But I can see why it's not well received among, like, maybe older audiences. Oh, this guy, now he sounds like he actually is an adult.
Hey, Tlasoli, we're here.
Oh, what a surprise. And even Xilonen is here too.
We came to visit Nachika.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you, Auntie. I received Nachika's letter. She wanted a copy of To Kill the Brave, right? Well, I've brought the book for her. There are several editions of the book in Natlan, and I wasn't sure which version she'd prefer.
Oh my god, that's such a funny little background thing.
I asked a messenger from the Scions of the Canopy. It seems this softcover edition is one of the most popular options, so I brought it for Nachika.
You haven't changed a bit, Xilonen. Let's go inside. I was just boiling some chocoatl, so you can all try some. Xilonen used to love drinking chocoatl. When she was little, she would always have several cups every time she came to visit me. You were already a big girl by the time I finally had my Nachika. Alright, for now let's... Oh.
Okay, scary stuff.
Oh, Auntie, let's go inside. Traveler, please help me get her into the house.
Oh, Paimon will help too. Be good, Yengu, and don't get in the way.
All right, let's get indoors. Watch your step, Auntie.
Okay, so first we have that one lady who has, like, memory problems. And now she seems to have, like...
Nachika's illness has been flaring up recently, so I was up for a few nights.
I still wonder if Nachika's illness is what's causing these, like, mental problems with the people.
I suddenly started to feel dizzy in the sun. I hope I didn't scare you. Have a seat. I'll fetch you a few cups of chocoatl. Please wait a moment.
Oh, I've already brought them over. This cup's for you, Auntie. And these are for you, too.
Chocolatl? What does it taste like? Paimon's heard that it can be pretty bitter. Traveler, could you give it a try first?
Oh, don't worry. Auntie always adds a lot of sugar. It won't be bitter.
What is chocolatl? Is that like a tea? Maybe like it's like probably a type of tea.
The last time you came to visit, you were still just a kid. But now you're a pillar of the Children of Echoes. No, of all Natlan even.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to the drinks I had here and the books I happened to read.
We've been close for some time then.
We heard that you two are from the same tribe. But Paimon had no idea you were so close.
When I was little, my parents were always talking about how skilled Auntie was at forging ancient names and how she was a good role model for the rest of us. The moment I became idle at home, they would toss me into Auntie's workshop to watch and learn.
Then I would have your parents go back, boil you a pot of chocolatl, and let you play in the house.
Yeah, and then I would drink and listen to you banging away with your tools in the workshop. But eventually, she moved out of the tribe to find some more space, and I didn't have the chance to visit again after that.
But why did you seem so familiar with the place when you went to the kitchen for the drinks just now?
Because the layout of this place is identical to her old house.
I don't know why. I love it when people do that, when they just like make their like new home like the spitting image of an old place.
Let me see. Yeah, that should be Nichka's bedroom then.
That's right. I remember you used to hunker down in the room to read and draw. But you're all grown up now. Even if you wanted to live here, I'm afraid you've already outgrown Nichka's bed. That's how Nichka sees Xilonen too. Whenever she's feeling better, she always asks me when her pen pal sister will be coming to visit.
Hopefully we get to meet Nichka this time.
Well, yeah, I'm here now, and even brought a gift as an apology. I'll leave the book here.
You said Nichka asked you for the book? I hope it wasn't too much trouble to get. Really, I'm surprised that she even asked you for a present. When she's at home, she'd even ask me for permission to eat some snacks. Maybe I've been too strict with her. She's obviously starting to like her big sister more than her own mother.
Oh, really? Well, I'd say I really haven't done enough to deserve the title of Big Sister. Yeah, I wasn't able to help her when she was sick, and I didn't even come and visit her that many times. Well, the only thing I have been able to do is to help her find some books.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Xilonen. You have great responsibilities as the name engraver of the tribe. We both know you are far too busy to take care of her. The responsibilities on your shoulders also became far heavier when I gave up on my work.
You just had more important things to tend to, Auntie. No one in the tribe blames you. We all know that Nichka needs her mother's care.
But that doesn't change the fact that I gave up on my work. And even now, I still have not found the courage to pick up my hammer again. I'm sorry to leave you to shoulder all the responsibilities alone, Xilonen.
Oh.
Whoa, why so somber all of a sudden? Don't be so sad, everyone. Hasn't Nichka gotten better lately?
Oh, relax, Auntie. I can handle the work. But once Nichka is back on her feet, you should get back to work and let me have a vacation. You'll be the one who's busy then, and I'll be sitting at the side drinking chocolatl and cheering you on.
If that day really comes, you can have as much chocolatl as you like.
So how did Nichka get so sick? I'd like to know that too, actually. That is important.
If you asked me before, I wouldn't have even been able to talk about it. But now that she's gradually recovering, I've also gained some courage to face what happened back then.
I didn't mention this earlier, but I love the accent she has. It sounds, I don't know what accent it is, to be honest, but I like that these characters have an accent. It makes Natlan feel a lot more diverse than just like the classic American accent voice acting.
Nichka's illness actually originates from the Abyss.
Of course it does. Of course it originates from the Abyss.
That night, I was in the tribe, having a discussion over the forging of new ancient names. Before we could finish our discussion, the alarm started to ring outside. A horde of monsters from the Abyss suddenly attacked the tribe, so everyone banded together to fight them off.
Ah, welcome to the stream, Prosperity. I'm doing good. I'm excited for tomorrow's video to come out with the Kaveh rework.
I joined the fray as well, and it wasn't until the monsters were repelled that I got back home with some guards from the tribe. But Nachka was gone. I can't remember how long I spent searching for her. Maybe for 2 or 3 days. In the end, we found Nachka at the bottom of a short cliff. She was holding a dried up embercore flower in her hand, and there were traces of abyssal corruption around her wounds.
Oh.
I know. It was all my fault. Before the incident, Nachka had asked if I could forge an ancient name for her. Work was busy at the time, so I told her that if she could find an embercore flower, I would use it as material to forge her an ancient name.
Oh.
Oh, Nachka. My daughter. My Nachka. I was holding her in my arms, but no matter how many times I called her name, she wouldn't open her eyes and look at me. I was the one who decided to move my workshop to the outskirts of our tribe for work, and I was the one who left her home alone.
So sad. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really her fault that Nachka, like, you couldn't have expected the Abyss to attack at that moment. There's only so much I don't know. There's only so much you had control over. At the end of the day, if the Abyss didn't attack, this wouldn't have happened. It's not something that she can really fully blame herself for. Oh, you haven't finished Act 3 of Natlan yet? Okay, obvious spoilers ahead then, because I'm pretty sure there's at least going to be references to Act 3 and Act 4. So just be mindful about possible spoilers, like, referenced here and there. But I think this is kind of a standalone story, so it shouldn't be anything, like, major. It should just be, like, small, like, crumbs, like, referenced here and there.
Oh, my daughter. My Nachka. Why do you have to suffer like this?
Whoa, hey! It's okay, right? Nachka's getting better. She already has the strength to write letters now, doesn't she? Well, Xilonen has even brought her a gift.
Things will get better.
Sorry. I just can't control myself whenever I remember that time. Phew. Alright. It's not every day that we get guests. I really shouldn't be crying like this. I asked someone to buy some ingredients for me. So, why don't you stay for dinner tonight? I'll make some shrimp bisque, grilled fish and mint sauce, and tower tacos.
Sounds so good right now.
We'll help. That sounds like a lot to make, and we don't want you to tire yourself out.
Enough talk, let's start with a fried egg.
Huh? She mentioned all those delicious dishes, and you're just going to make a fried egg?
Yes, that's all I know how to make.
Thank you both, but don't worry. It's just a few dishes. I'll be fine. You three just need to make sure everything gets eaten up. I can't eat a lot at this age.
Oh, we haven't had anything to eat yet, so don't worry. We'll make sure there are no leftovers.
Ah, it just occurred to me that Xilonen likes to eat cheesy crab hot pot. Why don't I make that instead of the grilled fish and mint sauce? I remember you don't like picking out fish bones.
Nah, both are fine with me. I've learned to just chew up the fish bones now.
Damn, Xilonen.
Oh, come on now. If you don't want to pick out the bones, I can just take them out for you. Anyway, for dessert, would you like a cup of grain fruit or chocolate?
Cup of grain fruit!
Chocolate.
How about a cup of green fruit mixed with chocolate?
Is that gonna be good? We do have chocolate-covered, like, bananas and chocolate-covered strawberries, so I guess it wouldn't be that bad.
Okay, got it. I'll go start cooking, but could you do me a favor in the meantime? I ordered a bunch of ingredients, and they should be here any minute now. Would you go check by the door and see if they were already here? If so, please bring them in. Come on, Xilonen. Stop lying around. You shouldn't nap before dinner. It'll ruin your appetite.
Hey, I'm not a kid anymore, you know. You don't have to worry about my appetite.
That's beside the point. If you don't watch out for your health while you're still young, then when you get older, you'll...
And then, boom, glitchy stuff happens.
Alright,
Oh, never mind.
alright. I'm getting up.
I saw the dash at the end of the sentence, and I really thought she was gonna start having, like, the weird glitchy, like, like whatever's happening to her happen again.
We'll go check on the ingredients with Xilonen. It isn't far, so it shouldn't take us long.
That kid. That kid. She's just like Nachka.
Okay, so we can't go in yet. I hope we do get to meet Nachka soon. Alright, let's see.
No one's come to deliver the ingredients yet. Paimon thought we'd see someone come flying down on a Yunkasaur as soon as we came out.
Is it supposed to be raining right now in this quest, or is this like, is this quest rain or just rain?
A messenger from the Scions of the Canopy wouldn't be flying here. They usually come climbing down the cliffs nearby. No need to look. There isn't anyone on the cliffs.
Maybe the delivery person got lost, or is that the person right behind us?
I just saw a ghost. Hey, you there. Sorry, but does Tlisoli live around here?
Oh, are you the one who's supposed to deliver the ingredients?
I don't see any ingredients.
Ingredients? Are you kidding? I was nearly eating myself. Never mind that now. Those monsters are still hot on my heels. Please, you've got to help me.
Oh,
Xilonen,
she just jumped straight into the action. Let's go.
Where'd she go? Whoa, she's already got him to fight the monsters? Let's go help her out.
Why are the Tepetless? No! Why are the Tepetlosaurs fighting? Get out of here.
Bring it! Let's light it up! Teamwork is...
Hey, yeah! Nice and spicy.
I got him cornered.
Alright, that should be it for the monsters. Yeah, was easier than I thought.
Wait, but why were the Saurians attacking us too?
Oh, it also seems we're in good luck. The goods weren't damaged either.
Strange. We didn't see any monsters on the way here.
You must have terrible... You didn't provoke them, did you?
Yeah, right. I use this road to deliver goods all the time, and I've never been attacked like this before. It's the main road in and out of the tribe, so people often come here to clear out any monsters. This area is usually very safe. I don't know what happened, but it seems like all the monsters around here have gone berserk. Even the docile Tepetlosaurs are in a frenzy.
Okay, that explains a lot. So, maybe Abyss thing is, like, causing some weird stuff to happen?
Tlisoli doesn't even forge ancient names anymore, so why can't she just move back to the tribe? If she comes back, Nachka will even be able to find some playmates. She's so young and hasn't even... Nachka's playmates. No, wait, I feel like my kids have played with her before. They've even told me about Nachka's favorite game. If I remember right, it was...
So it is related to Nachka, right? Because there's no way that it's like... all the times that the people have been forgetting things, it's been related to Nachka in some way. So maybe Nachka's illness isn't really getting better.
Strange. I always remembered it before. How could I forget all of a sudden?
Look at that. He has a blaze gem inscription too.
Or is it related to the inscriptions?
You should go back to the tribe. It seems like you had quite the scare today. We'll take the ingredients back for you. I'll carry these bags, and you two can carry the rest.
Paimon can help too.
Oh, sure. Paimon can take care of these grain fruit that fell out of the bag.
If you say so. Thank you so much. I guess today's just a really bad day for me to go outside.
That's so weird. Why is everyone we run into today having trouble remembering stuff?
And they're all carrying blaze gem inscriptions. Okay, crack theory time. What if the Blaze Gem inscriptions? This is such a crack theory. It's like there's no logical basis around it. But what if they're just like what if it's like transferring whatever illness that Nachka had, and it's like transferring some of the negative effects onto other people, and that's how Nachka's getting better. Because kind of like siphoning the illness out of her. And I don't know what the extent of the symptoms would be, but maybe it's like kind of like spreading it out to among a lot of people so that like everyone only has like minor symptoms. I don't know. Once again, crack theory.
Paimon's not sure how to say it, but she's got a strange feeling about this. Like it's all somehow related.
Once you live long enough, you'll eventually start experiencing strange days like this. Let's bring the ingredients back. Otherwise, we won't have anything to eat tonight.
All right.
I'm very fortunate that this time around I actually have not been spoiled on anything with the story quest. So I don't have to worry about like... Yeah, I don't have to worry about spoilers this time. I can actually... I saw like one image where like Xilonen kicks down a door, but it's not like a plot thing. It's just more of a cool little image.
Ah, you're finally back. What took you so long? I was starting to worry.
Oh yeah, we ran into some small problems, but everything's fine now.
Alright, as long as everything's okay now. You all have a seat. I'll get the food ready. It won't take long.
We're on such a man baby. He's so... I thought he was gonna be like emo and shit, but he's actually such a sweetheart.
Whoa, there's so much tasty food! You're amazing, Tlasoli!
They were all pretty simple dishes to make. Don't be shy. Dig in, everyone.
Paimon will help herself. Paimon will have some of this, and this. Oh, and this!
Ooh, yeah. Can I get another serving, please?
You're done already? Do you even chew when you're eating?
Oh my gosh.
Of course! Didn't I say that I'd chew up the fish bones? I'll have just one more fish and leave the rest for Nachka.
It's okay. Just go ahead and eat all you'd like. Nachka can't eat these dishes anyway. Her body is too weak to digest these kinds of things. I'll just make some broth for her.
Oh no, but Paimon thought she'd already recovered from her illness.
Injuries caused by the abyss cannot be undone. The doctor said the fact that she's stable is already quite a miracle. But it's okay. Nachka can talk to me now and can even hold my hand. That's more than I could ask for. Even if she will never again know that I am her mother.
Huh? What?
What do you mean?
The doctor said the abyss has had an irreversible effect on Nachka's soul. She's lost all her memories from before she was injured. The doctor also said this sort of memory loss isn't like simply forgetting something. Rather, she can no longer remember anything from before that fateful day.
Huh? But how does that happen?
You know about the woven scrolls that the Masters of the Night Wind use to record things, right? Well, generally speaking, forgetting things is like when the woven scrolls would gradually start to fade. As long as you repaint and weave the threads again, the faded memories will come back to life. But the case of Nachka's memory loss is as if her woven scroll had been cut in two, and the portion of the past was burnt to ashes. The books she loved to read, the flowers she took joy to grow, and the time she spent in this house were all cut off by the abyss, and can never be retrieved again. As one example of that, Nachka now only sees me as a strange, unfamiliar auntie who claims to be her mother.
This story better have a happy ending. I do not want to see, like... This is already kind of sad as it is.
She's a good kid, and doesn't want to upset this lady who's been taking care of her so much, so she still calls me Mom. But I've always had a feeling that she's constantly wondering about things like, where is her real mother? Why is she stuck here in this house? Was she abandoned? Nachka really has no idea that her real mother is right in front of her, and has never left.
So you plan on recreating Nachka's woven scroll all by yourself?
Huh? What? What? Where did? Whoa! Wait. So she, how did she piece that together? Where is that? Is such a jump.
What do you mean?
How the fuck did Xilonen piece all that together?
Or should I say, you've already started reweaving that scroll long ago?
You know, I can see where I'm starting to see where it pieces together. Okay. So I was kind of right. I am kind of right. It is the Blazer inscription is siphoning the memories of other people and making them experience a memory loss. I thought that it was like siphoning the illness away from Nichka and giving it to other people, but I had the idea, but it was like flipped. So it's siphoning memories away from other people and giving it to Nichka.
The delivery guys. I saw it hanging from his waist, so I asked to borrow it from him. Don't worry, I'll return the inscription to him once we've figured everything out. These things aren't cheap, after all.
When did you know?
Yeah, I noticed it back when Blaze Gem inscriptions suddenly became popular among the tribe. It was then that I also noticed that everyone wearing Blaze Gem inscriptions had varying degrees of memory loss. Traveler, you've picked up on it too, haven't you?
Everyone's memory loss had something to do with Nichka. Yes, I was noticing details. Good on me, good on me for picking up these subtle hints.
Accessories made using ancient names forging techniques. For what's only supposed to be a pretty souvenir, this inscription contains a phlogiston engraving with a truly overkill level of complexity.
Phlogiston engraving.
The shapes and patterns of these engravings are also identical to that of an ancient name. By making just a few slight adjustments to the layout and connections of the main pattern, you can pretty much qualify this Blaze Gem inscription as a bona fide ancient name.
Wow.
And yet, you've never told anyone about these engravings in the Blaze Gem inscriptions that can be activated at any time. Am I right, Auntie?
So that does explain the memory loss of the other people. Why is she experiencing, what is her deal with the side effects? What's happening to her specifically? Because she's not having memory loss. She has these dizzy spells.
I knew you were a sharp one, Xilonen. That's right. I have a way to cure Nachka and restore all her memories. It's actually quite simple. I want to forge an ancient name for Nachka that contains all of her past memories.
But ancient names must be approved by the YAB.
And the reason they must be approved by the YAB is because the memories they bear are all stored within the ley lines. Extracting those memories from the ley lines requires the YAB's assistance. But your plan wouldn't need you to do any of that, right, Auntie? Your Blaze Gem inscriptions will help you complete that part of your plan in the ley line's place. You will use the inscriptions to form a massive memory bank for Nachka. And the ancient names you're trying to forge will be used to extract corresponding memories from the memory bank.
A memory bank? Wait, so the reason all those people were having trouble remembering stuff is because the Blaze Gem inscriptions took away any memories related to Nachka?
Even though Nachka has forgotten her own past, her life was still witnessed by other people.
Using other people's memories of Nachka to reconstruct her past? This is the first time I've heard of such an idea.
You've seen through my plans, Xilonen. You're as outstanding as ever. Far more brilliant than me. I intend to use this method to collate all the memories related to Nachka and allow her to regain her past again.
It's interesting how she's not even I like this as an antagonist right now, because it's not like she's evil, right? It's not like she's doing a nefarious thing, and I think it's clear to me she knows what she's doing is wrong and selfish, and I like it I don't know why. I like it so much when like the antagonists of a story know that they are like doing something that's like, you know, objectively evil, but they are like doing it for a good reason, and it's not like a misguided like I'm right type of thing. Like there are people that are like doing evil things because they're misguided and they think they're doing the right thing. And so they're like super evil, but they think they're the good guy. And it's so nice to see like antagonists who are like, they know that they are like basically the bad guy, but they have like a good reason, like a genuinely good reason behind things. I like seeing like different kinds of antagonists and like different motivations behind these things.
Wouldn't extracting memories like that hurt the person carrying the Blaze Gem inscription?
Not at all. Every time a Blaze Gem inscription extracts memories, the process is under my precise control. That way, there's no chance of anyone in the tribe getting hurt. This is the central inscription that controls all the other Blaze Gem inscriptions.
But is the central inscription hurting her? But I'm sure she doesn't care about that because she just wants Nechka to get better.
Which will also soon serve as Nechka's ancient name.
You made all of this yourself, Tlasoli?
Even though it's not an official name, it's a lot to do on your own.
Yes, it was lots and lots of work. It was truly exhausting. Or perhaps I've just grown old.
That makes me wonder, is this like, are these eye bags or is this like a tribal thing? I think it's, I feel like it's eye bags, but it could also be like a tribal like thing. People.
You saw it yourself. I nearly fainted just from being in the sun.
Well, that didn't seem like a dizzy spell. It seemed like a corrupted thing, like something, like a negative side effect of a process.
I could collapse tomorrow, or even in the next few moments, but Nechka's ancient name is still far from completion. I've solved the issue of storing memories, but I still don't know how to connect Nechka up to this central inscription.
I thought you just modify your own ancient name.
I considered it, but this matter doesn't have anything to do with my ancient name.
I kind of find it interesting how we haven't exactly... I guess at the end of the... I don't know. I like how we're hearing her out first. Because at the same time, I guess, like, for the Traveler, Paimon, and Xilonen, they're kind of processing whether it's something that they should be going through with, or if it's, like, still morally bad. It's... Okay, obviously it's morally bad. But if it's... If, Tlasoli can guarantee that no one gets hurt in the process, I wonder if they're going to be okay with like a little bit of memory loss, or if even the memory loss is going to be too much of a consequence.
It's of no help to me, and I don't need its help now.
You know the price to pay for making something like this.
Yes, I do. But as long as I can get my Nechka back, I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
The price to... Oh, okay, so maybe... So maybe making a regular ancient name isn't the thing that kills you. Maybe it's like making an ancient name, like a certain like unique ancient name that's actually like, what is it? Basically out of like a general process.
Otherwise, Nechka won't have any chance of reclaiming her past once I'm dead and gone. She won't remember me, and she won't even remember why her name is Nechka. When that time comes, she will be left to drift around the world all alone, unknowing of where she came from or where she should go. She is my daughter, the one to whom I gave the Nechka name. Whether it be as her mother or as a name engraver, I can't simply stand by and let her name disappear.
Xilonen?
Let her think for about this for a moment, let her decide what to do.
I'll take the central inscription with me. I'm going to completely disassemble it to confirm its components and uses, and I won't make any promises until I've checked everything.
Are we helping her?
Say goodnight to Nechka for me, Auntie.
Oh, wait. I've also finished the inscriptions for the Traveler and Paimon. Let me fetch them for you. I'm sorry it took me so long to finish them.
Hold on, Auntie. The Traveler and Paimon have never met Nechka before, so you can't draw any memories from them.
That wasn't my intention. They're just ordinary gifts. Please, take them.
Oh,
What was that noise?
Nechka must have woken up and wants to get out of bed on her own. Sorry, I'll go check on her first. Nechka, don't try to get out of bed. Just tell Mom if you need anything.
You go ahead and take care of Nechka, Auntie. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon. There are a few things I want to tell you.
this is so interesting.
Let's head back to the tribe first. There are some things I need to get from my workshop. Disassembling the central inscription? It's not going to be easy.
I wonder if there's gonna be some like big reveal with like Nechka, because it's interesting that we've never seen her yet.
You two can wait outside for a moment. I just need to go in and grab something. The workshop is a little messy, so unfortunately, I won't be able to show you around.
Like, here's the thing. I find it really weird from a storytelling perspective that we are intentionally being hidden, like we're intentionally hiding Nechka from like our view. We do not get to see what she looks like, and I'm wondering if there's like an actual like physical problem with like I wonder if she's like actually like corrupted to the point where it's like becoming like really bad, like physical corruption or something. Maybe I'm looking too much into this, but I just find it really interesting that there's no, what is it? I find it really interesting that we just haven't seen her yet. Like, usually when they show us a sick person in, like, Genshin stories, we see what they look like, so we know that they're sick, but that's it. And I think it's a weird plot device that we're hiding what she looks like at the moment. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's not really what I mean. It's not the mess that's really the problem. It's just that the workshop is cluttered with way too much stuff. Books, files, and even ancient texts I got from the Masters of the Nightwind.
I still want to see it.
Everything's piled up to the ceiling. You probably won't know where to step once you're inside. Kachina suffered quite an unfortunate series of events the last time she went inside. Well, I suppose it was my fault for being so focused on searching for information at the time that I forgot to lock the door. After entering the workshop, she was shocked to find herself face to face with a massive woven scroll from the Masters of the Nightwind, and then she turned around and knocked over a huge stack of forging blueprints.
Oh, so she's got like hoarder's level of messy.
She tried to step out of the way, but tripped on a poster tube that was behind her, and then boom! The forging blueprints came crashing down right onto her head.
Oh
Was Kachina okay?
She's lucky I noticed in time. I found Kachina in a daze and managed to save her before an entire set of the history of the Children of Echoes was about to bury her. I then dragged her up to the second floor. Ever since then, Kachina always waits outside the door and doesn't dare take a step in whenever she comes to see me.
I thought a workshop was supposed to be full of tools.
yeah, you're an artisan and craftswoman after all. We thought there would be weapons and armor hanging all over the place. But it seems more like a library than a workshop.
Well, my primary work is forging ancient names, which is much trickier than making swords and tools. Aside from the necessary craftsmanship, I also need to consult many ancient texts. You probably already know that each ancient name represents a certain spirit, behind which are countless related stories to support it. In other words, the essence of an ancient name is the physical manifestation of a certain spiritual will.
I kind of dazed. I dozed off. Like, well, hold on. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
And as a name engraver, When I'm working on a new ancient name, I'm not only trying to give it a physical shape, but more importantly, I'm also trying to understand the spirit contained within the name. And to do that, I have to collect as many related stories as possible and read through them all. But, as you might know, people tend to add a lot of extraneous details when it comes to stories about themselves. For stories that have been clearly exaggerated or altered, I must gather other related stories and information as cross-references. This way, I can filter out all the absurd and exaggerated details and restore the person's life to its true nature. Only in true stories can you find the authentic spirit. And this is the only way for the spirit to become an ancient name that matches its essence.
We've heard about the concept behind ancient names before, but after hearing you explain the details, Paimon can't help but think that ancient names are really powerful.
If only they can be even more powerful? What do you mean by that, Traveler?
Well, no matter how powerful ancient names could be, they would never be able to suddenly turn into a blade or allow you to smash through an entire cliff in one punch. It's just a form of spiritual power that's passed down from generation to generation. It doesn't have those kinds of physically tangible effects. Well, take your own names, for example. From the moment you appeared in this world, some person had already prepared a blessing for you.
Huh?
And that person then condensed this blessing into your name and gave it to you as a gift.
Oh. Alright guys, pay attention. It's lore time. We need to start reading into this on a deeper level. Oh, start overthinking all of the lore you can think of.
It may feel like the moment you received your name is already in the past, but it will always stay with you and move with you in the future. Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. Well, that's what Auntie once told me. And with this blessing, people will become more confident as they walk into their future. To put it another way, it's like having a lamp in your hand as you walk through the darkness of night.
Person prepared a blessing for you. That's interesting. I'm trying to like imagine. I'm trying to imagine like how this all works.
Oh, Paimon gets that. If you're alone when you're walking in the dark, it's easy to get scared and tired quickly. But if someone else is walking with you, then it won't be nearly as scary. And, well, you might still get tired, but it'll still be a whole lot better than walking alone. The Traveler always has Paimon by his side, though, so he'll never have to worry about that. Oh, Paimon sure many wish they could be in your shoes, Traveler.
Oh my god.
Paimon's always flying, of course it gets tiring. But we're getting off topic. We can talk about that later.
Anyway, this is what Clisoli told me when I was training as a name engraver. And to be honest, I've only understood 20% of what she said at most. I've never been able to figure out the rest.
But doesn't that mean you basically don't get it?
Well, that's not entirely true. Auntie and I have at least come to a consensus on the most important thing. You know what? I am sick of talking. We can talk about all of this later. Please, wait a moment while I grab my things.
I love her voice the voice actress's like stuff, by the way. I love how her dialogue sounds like an actual person. Like she's adding her own like additional like little noises, like the little like stutters, like I'm done talking, instead of just I'm done talking. Like she has like these little stutters, these little like additional sound effects. It feels really natural, like you're actually listening to a person talking. Xilonen opens the door and walks into her workshop. Some unsettling crashing sounds come down from the workshop, followed by some agonizing creaks and squeaks. Eventually, Xilonen rushes out the door with a box in her arm. She then turns around and kicks the door closed. Oh my god. It's that messy, huh?
Did you hear a whole section of something collapse in there just now?
It's fine, it's fine. It was just a bunch of very old ancient name records. I've already made copies of them. I kept this set of phlogiston wedges in the back, so it wasn't easy to take out. I had to resort to brute force.
Yeah, exactly. The inflections too. Like everything. I don't know. She just matches the tone of the scene very well with every sentence she speaks.
Come on, let's go disassemble the central inscription. It shouldn't take long.
Like I think one of my favorite examples is this line right here. I'm sure you guys have heard of it already because it's probably like all over the internet. I love the least favorite food line because it's so like I love how she talks with this one.
I don't like water without any flavor. Yeah, I know that drinking pure water is better for you, but I just can't drink that stuff. Can't you at least add a little bit of sugar or, you know, if all else fails, a squeeze of lemon?
I love this voice line, dude. I love how it's like so dramatic, but it's like a natural dramatic at the same time. Like it's not like actor
All right.
being dramatic. It's just like it sounds like just a person who's just super dramatic as they talk about how they hate drinking pure water.
Here we are. This is the place.
This cliff is pretty high. What are we going to do here? Are we going to climb to the very top and then throw this inscription down the cliff?
We're disassembling it, not destroying it, Paimon.
I'm going to use phlogiston to make an engraving circle on the cliff wall. That will allow me to investigate the internals of the central inscription. Now let me see if this thing can even turn on. I was still an apprentice the last time I used it. Before we attempt to engrave the inside pattern of an ancient name with phlogiston, we always use this to draw out the engraving diagram on a cliff or open ground.
So interesting.
Only after we've confirmed that phlogiston can flow properly through the internal engravings can we start formally working on the small internal engravings of the ancient name. If we want to dismantle the central inscription in a non-destructive manner, we'll have to use this thing. I really don't want to engrave such a large diagram with my bare hands.
Oh, so you'll be able to see what it looks like on the inside without ruining Tlasoli's inscription?
For the most part. If it were just an ordinary unfinished ancient name piece, I'd just take it apart and pour phlogiston into the internal engravings to see everything. But since it's a central inscription, it would be better not to destroy the blessing that Auntie has prepared for Nechka.
So, Xilonen, does this central inscription fall under the 20% you understand about ancient names, or the other 80% you don't understand?
There's an 80% chance it's part of the 20%.
Oh, don't worry. As I said, Auntie and I share an understanding of the most important principle, which is names are intrinsically valuable.
That's so vague. That's such a vague understanding. But it's okay because she hasn't filled an ancient name before, so we're fine.
Only by having names can things be sorted and categorized. They allow the world to become more orderly and identifiable. For example, when I order ore, I would usually say I need volcanic crystals of about 35% purity and no more than 3% of impurities. Without specific names, I would only be able to go to the ore merchant and say, I want this and this. No, this isn't it. That one. No, not that one either. Yeah, you see what I mean? Names are a crucial part of how we standardize our workflow. Without names, the work would be impossible. Yes, because forging ancient names is first and foremost a technical job. There's no debating that. As for the question of why it's important, as long as it does not affect your ability to perform your work, you'll gradually understand it as you put the process into practice. After all, creating an ancient name is quite the complicated process. Well, let me break it down even further. We're not in the tribe right now anyway. Essentially, by forging ancient names, I'm assigning nicknames to the heroes in Natlan's history. Giving someone a name is a subjective expression. You just need to express your hopes and wishes for them. But giving someone a nickname is a much more objective expression. To come up with a fitting and accurate nickname requires much thought and observation. If ancient names or nicknames aren't descriptive enough, no one will remember them anyway. So the best I can do is gather all the information I could and try to come up with the most fitting nicknames possible.
Oh. Wait, I'm like I'm rereading this to try and like wrap my head around the concept. Okay, it's my nickname. If ancient names or nicknames aren't descriptive enough, no one will remember them anyway. Okay, okay.
Even a minor mistake in the process could cause people to misunderstand the nickname. For a name engraver such as myself, such mistakes would be considered a major blunder.
Paimon, nicknames are your specialty.
Paimon isn't trying to come up with a nickname for Xilonen. Besides, all of Paimon's nicknames have been very descriptive. Everyone can remember them.
Phew. Now I'm curious. Why don't you, come up with one for me?
Are you serious?
As long as it's not an ugly nickname, I'm sure she'll like it.
Of course. This is also my line of work, you know. Go ahead.
A nickname? Xilonen. Well, she uses phlogiston to forge weapons and make names for others.
Let's have her do it at the end of the quest.
Smith?
Maybe she can only make a good nickname when it's an ugly nickname.
Yeah, not bad. And quite fitting, too. I'll remember it. But, you should keep observing my work, Paimon. Maybe you'll come up with an even better nickname. Right, okay. Time to make like a smith and start smithing. Watch closely.
Okay. I am out of water, so I will be right back and just to get more water. Alright, let's start this. So I have to just...
Adjust the inclination by 2 degrees. Stop. The error margin is within an acceptable amount, but I'll extend the inscription link a little more just to be safe. I'll leave some space here. When the linked engravings are activated,
Oh my
the
gosh, look at...
inscriptions here will overlap with each other.
I love how she, like, when she goes down, it's like so... Oh, it's so cool when she goes down like that.
There! That should complete the flow.
Amazing, Xilonen! You were running all over that cliff as if it was flat ground!
Is that the power of the Children of Echoes?
Oh no, it doesn't have anything to do with my tribe. It's just the, phlogiston adhesive I have on my shoes.
Huh?
But after all that running around, I'll have to infuse them with more phlogiston again. Huh. I should prepare a spare supply of phlogiston to bring with me next time. More or less, yeah. I usually have at least the key equipment on hand. I can show them to you when we next find the time, but let's get to work first. Let me see. Start with Anchor 1 and activate it with Density 3 phlogiston.
These are terms I don't understand. I wonder if my engineer friend would, like, know, like, have any idea of, like, what they're talking about. Oh, wow.
Flasoli's central inscription is even floating!
I wonder if that's how we get, like, the graffiti all over the cliffs. If that's how people, like, manage to... I wonder if they make it with, like, phlogiston, like, diagramming.
So are you done checking the inscription, Xilonen? How does it look?
I didn't find any anomalies in the phlogiston engraving. All the adjustments are indeed based on ancient name engraving techniques.
So that means...
That means we can help Flasoli and Nichka now, right?
Well, probably, but I have good news and bad news. Oh, but I'm also just going to go ahead and share both, so it's not like you'll have a choice in the matter.
I love how she acknowledges that. She acknowledges, like, the good news and bad news. Like, the trope of that.
Paimon will cover her ears after the good news.
Well, even if you cover your ears, the issue will still continue to exist. But, you know, before we get to that, I want to ask the Traveler a question. What are your thoughts on absorbing memories?
What are your thoughts on absorbing memory? It somehow doesn't feel right. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like... I don't know. My take is that it doesn't feel right. It's like... In a way... I think the reason for me why it doesn't feel right is because you're doing it without the permission of the person you're taking those memories from. I feel like all of the people that... Fuck. Flasoli has been taking the names from, or the memories from, I feel like they care enough about Nichka to where they would be fine having those memories taken. The issue is that she didn't ask, and that's my take on it. If she asked for permission, then I would have no problem with the moral dilemma, because, like, the person you're taking memories from basically consented.
I knew you felt the same way, and that'll save me some initial explanation. I've never been very good at that anyway. It's hard to control the absorption of memories. Technically speaking, this type of inscription has the power to do far more than absorb memories related to a single person. By herself, Auntie can't handle that level and scope of work, but if she has accomplices, it is completely possible for her to use this inscription to accomplish far bigger things.
Accomplices? You make it sound like she's committing a crime!
Is taking memories from a person not a crime already?
Well, here's the good news. Yes, this Blaze Gem inscription would be the perfect tool to commit crimes, but we haven't found any accomplices or signs that she intends to put it to such uses.
Okay.
From a purely objective standpoint, we can consider that possibility as yet to be confirmed for now. The bad news is, there's still an underlying problem with this Blaze Gem inscription that cannot be ignored. I believe I've mentioned this before. Ancient names operate with the help of the Wyab, granting them the power to read information kept in the ley lines. In this process, the Wyab actually function like relays, helping the ancient name bearer sense the information from within the ley lines. If you remove the Wyab from the process and don't use any tools, then finding a specific story is akin to trying to scoop up a specific grain of sand from a rushing river.
So before you're able to retrieve the sand, you would most likely drown.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone who attempts to do so will likely lose most of their cognitive function or become a babbling madman who talks to themselves all day long.
The question is that what's going to happen to Tlazoli or Nichka?
Now, let's consider the memories that Auntie has gathered as the ley line.
Or the other
and,
people.
Nichka as the only ancient name bearer of this ley line. There's no way Auntie would let Nichka plunge into the river of memories without any tools. She'd only be overwhelmed by the surge of memories. And considering that Nichka has forgotten all of her past, she'll be unable to work on her own to accurately find the correct past. Only Aunt Tlisoli can help her filter the correct memories of her past. So, if my hypothesis is correct, Auntie is actually planning on turning herself into Nechka's Wyab to help her extract the corresponding memories in the different situations she may face.
Oh.
In an ideal world, this would be perfectly fine, as long as every extracted memory is correct. Nechka would essentially be getting her past back. And I also believe that there won't be any mistakes in everything that Auntie remembers about Nechka. But Auntie is not a Wyab. Her body won't be able to handle the load for long.
So she might just die in the process. And we'll lose Nichka.
But how can we solve this problem? No matter how we try, Tlasoli will...
I wonder if it's like... It will, like, at the end of the day, will it still save Nichka in the process? I can see that, like, Tlazoli is willing to pay the price, but, like... Is it possible that she dies and it fails to save Nichka anyway? So, like, we basically just lost 2 people for nothing?
Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. I've also made up my mind. Come on, let's go see Auntie. All right.
Hopefully it doesn't get to that part, but... I do wonder what's gonna happen. Are we gonna be able to save... a part of me is hoping that, like, for the sake of, like, a storytelling with actual consequences... like, I think a last minute, or, like, a storytelling perspective, I think it would be nice that Nechka just doesn't have her memories restored. It would make the whole, like... I feel like it would have, like, a lasting...
Xilonen.
I don't know.
It looks like you've made your decision. Am I right?
Yes, here's some research that I've done. You can reference it to modify the way the central inscription operates.
So she's letting it happen. She's letting her do this.
I'll also help you continue working on the Blaze Gem inscriptions, but I must have complete control over all the inscriptions and the ability to oversee their uses. The memories that can be absorbed by the inscription will be limited solely to Nechka's past. We'll plan a set time frame together from which the memories can be drawn from shortly. If you attempt to extract any memories beyond this scope, then I'll consider that as committing a criminal act and halt all work related to the central inscription. After the memory bank is constructed, the Blaze Gem inscription's absorption functions must be stopped immediately. Only functionalities for outputting memories will be kept.
I accept. Thank you, Xilonen. I really...
Auntie, you know I can't stand it when you do this. If you needed my help, you should have just said so. There's no need to beat around the bush like you did.
I really do find it interesting that she's, like, able... Like, she's willing to do this. I think... it's so interesting that, like... I don't know, it's like an extra layer to Shilonen's character. Like, you would totally expect Xilonen to be like, no, this is wrong, we can't go through with this. The fact that she's actually like, yeah, I'll help you with this, shows a very different side to her. Like, it's definitely a very interesting aspect to her character.
Using technology for ancient names to forge other things without permission is no trivial matter.
Welcome to the stream, Long.
Yes, it's a major departure from the technology's intended use, but it's nothing compared to a child who needs help, compared to a name that's about to be lost. But once this is all over, you must come with me to see Pakal and discuss everything that happened.
I just hit my headset on the microphone. Sorry.
That's fine. I'm willing to accept any punishment for my little Nechka.
All right, let's clear off the table and come up with a plan. I need some time to consider how to let Nechka control the Blaze Gem inscription on her own and extract the memories from her past. by the way, did you give the book to Nachka?
How could I just hand her a birthday present that you specially brought for her? I've picked out a box and packaged it up. Wait till her birthday and then bring it to her. It'll be a nice surprise.
No, it's just an old book. There's no need to...
Huh.
Oh, is Nachka up again? But what was all that noise? It sounded like something broke. Uh-oh. That's not good. Let's go have a look.
Nachka, don't hurt yourself.
Xilonen, is that you?
Oh, okay. She's no. I'm so like concerned.
You're Nachka?
Why are they hiding her face? What is up with her? Okay, there has to be something up with her face that's like.
How many times have I told you? Don't get out of bed on your own. You were running a fever yesterday.
Hello, Nachka.
Thank you for the book. I've already read it several times.
Okay, I really thought that there was gonna be some major like physical abnormality with her like body, because I thought it was so suspicious that we like never got to see what she looked like until now. I thought that there was gonna be some massive like scar, like abyssal scarring or something that was gonna like make her seem super like corrupted. Also, I guess she saw the book already?
You've already read it? But didn't Tlasoli package up the book that Xilonen brought?
No. She's all mixed up. The one she read isn't from Xilonen. It's one I bought for her before. A few days ago, she told me she wanted a book. I know nothing about these kinds of books, so I had no choice but to go to the tribe and look for a copy. I eventually found one and bought it for her. I put it in her room once I got back. Soon after, she suddenly developed a fever. I was so busy taking care of her that I forgot about the book and even forgot that she had asked you for a gift.
Auntie, do you know which version of the book you bought?
Which version? The shopkeeper said it was the one with the perfect ending to the story. Apparently that's the only one you can find on the market now.
Oh, so it's a shitty version.
Oh, it's all my fault. You wasted your money, and now it won't even be a surprise.
Oh, it's all right. It's just a book. As long as Nachka enjoys it, that's what matters.
Oh, right. Nachka probably doesn't know us. You're Paimon and Mr. Traveler. Mom told me about you. Oh, seems like everyone knows who we are now.
Yeah, Nachka seems to be doing pretty well today. Since she's been stuck indoors for the last few days, why don't we take her out for a walk?
I have read the old version. I haven't read the new one yet. Does she have a fever? Seems like the fever's gone. All right.
Take her for a walk. But considering her condition, I don't think she...
Oh, don't worry, Auntie. She'll be safe with the Traveler and me. We won't leave the tribe, and if anything comes up, we'll be sure to find the doctor immediately. Besides, it's her birthday in a few days, and we need to go to the tribe to buy some things. Let's give her a proper celebration. What do you think, Auntie?
I promise I'll be good, Mom. Didn't you say before that I need more fresh air?
All right. As you wish. I also happen to have a few repaired blaze gem inscriptions that I need to get back to the tribe. We can go together. Wait for a moment. I'll go get Nachka's water bottle and some towels. Some medicine. Oh, and a parasol.
Talk about being prepared.
We can camp out with all that stuff.
It doesn't hurt to be prepared. Okay, let's go. Please be good now, Nachka. Don't cause any trouble for Xilonen and the others.
Oh, you can let me carry these. And don't be a stranger, Nachka. Feel free to tell us anything. And even I was quite a handful for Auntie when I was little.
Yeah! It's not often you get to go out to play, so just have fun. Everything will be fine.
If you don't stir up some trouble when you're little, then you'll never get the chance again.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. And please don't worry, Mom.
good. Let's go look for Ignal. I've had her blaze gem inscription for a while now, and I'll finally return it to her today.
Alright, let's head over to the Children of Echoes. Oh.
Tosoli, what brings you to the tribe today? Oh, and Nichka too! Oh, she seems to be doing much better now. She's even out and about. I'm sure it won't be long before she'll be playing with Chanil and the others.
I hope so. Here, Ignal. This is your inscription. I've finished repairing it.
Oh, thank you for bringing it back for me. Oh, by the way, I came across a piece of good quality ore a while ago. I was thinking of using it to make some pretty jewelry for little Nichka. I remember that Nichka would become so happy every time she saw a shiny ring. Right, Nichka?
I'm sure she'd love that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Give me a moment. I'll bring the ore.
Oh, I can make the jewelry for her. What kind would you like, Nichka?
I would like... something shaped like an embercore flower would be nice. She was always asking me before to make her an ancient name with an embercore flower design.
She's getting like really what is it, like controlling.
Mm-hmm, noted. I'll make that as a gift for her next birthday. Sorry, Nichka. It won't be a surprise for you.
That's okay. Thank you, Xilonen.
Found it! Sorry to keep you waiting. Here, please take it. By the way, Nichka, feel free to write to me if you ever want to know more about ores. Well, I was shocked last time when you wrote me out of the blue asking for a volcanic crystal.
What if she's not the one writing those letters? That seems so... Okay, let's break this down really quick. I want to break this down because it's like character stuff that I want to talk about. Notice how Tlasoli is the one answering all of these questions for Nichka. Yes, get the pen and papers out. We're getting into... We're doing an analysis. So, she's kind of like answering questions for Nichka. Things that Nichka would have liked in her past, but maybe she doesn't like those things now. And I wonder if she's the one writing, if Tlazoli is the one like writing these letters for her own like mission to get like the ancient name set up.
Sorry about that. She can hardly contain her curiosity now that she started to recover.
It's because it's one of those things where it's like the parent gives their child no free will. Like they're like a helicopter to the point where like the child's not even allowed to answer their own questions.
She's still too weak to go out whenever she wants, so she begs me every day to help her write letters to people in the tribe about all sorts of things.
That's how you know she's one of the Children of Echoes. It's normal for us to be interested in ore.
I think it's such an interesting thing that Xilonen gets in between like these two as well. Like she's kind of putting herself as like kind of a shield between the two characters.
Everything's looking up! Oh, we're just like the main character in the new version of To Kill the Brave, when he was about to save his brother Remak. According to the story, we should be right around... let Paimon see... To kill prayed to the goddess of mountains and fire. Let my brother's name ever live on! I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return! The goddess replied, I've heard your prayer, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the deepest of depths.
It doesn't have a good I don't like her reaction. What's her reaction like?
Then Tequil said, "Turn my blood to fire so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry." Oh, you remembered that whole line, Nichka? Paimon remembers that's exactly what the book... huh? Wait, what did the book say?
Why is Paimon forgetting things now?
Paimon finished both books in one sitting. A lot of their content is nearly the same, so it's easy to get mixed up. But the ending in the older version is more interesting, even if it's hard for kids to, well, completely understand. Oh, wait! Nichka hasn't read the other ending. It's okay, just wait a bit and Paimon will read it out for you. That's not true. Actually, I already know the other ending.
Oh?
You already know the other ending? But didn't you only read the edition your mom got for you?
I guess maybe she found Xilonen's version.
Hey, what are you all chatting about so happily?
Oh, what's happening?
Huh?
Oh my god, this is so unsettling now. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know why. I'm so like... That's so creepy. It's like... Oh my god. It's like now that we're seeing like... This is why. This is why they didn't show us... This is why they didn't show us Nachika until like now. Because now we're seeing like her side of their relationship and it's like not as... It's like super I don't know if it's like creepy per se, but it's definitely like giving you a lot of like unsettling vibes. Like she's so controlling in reality.
Mom, Mr. Traveler and I were just talking about the ending of that book. We were just talking about how the bad guy was defeated and everyone returned home safely. It's a really happy ending.
That's not the other ending she was talking about.
Aren't happy endings always nice? But if you already read the whole thing, then what will Mom have to read to you at bedtime? Guess you'll have to go to bed early tonight. But I'll buy you some more fairy tales next time, okay?
Okay, Mom.
So how's the ore?
It's pretty good quality. I'll be able to give Nachika a beautiful and durable piece of jewelry for her next birthday. But, you know, for now, let's focus on celebrating her upcoming birthday. Where are we headed to next, Auntie?
Next, let's visit Apaish Palan. He should be close by. Stay close, Nachika. Don't go too far.
Yes, Mom.
This is... Oh my god, this is like actually... Look, I don't know if I'm just reading into it too much, but it's... The relationship between Tlazoli and Nichika definitely seems a lot more...
Why do my
unhealthy.
Today? Strange.
It's like a lot more... I don't know if we're gonna label this as like an abusive relationship just yet. I want to see how this develops further. But it's definitely like... It's definitely unhealthy.
That means you're about to hit the jackpot, Apaish Palan.
I didn't expect to have 2 name engravers coming in today. Welcome. What are you looking to buy, Tlazoli? I'll give you a discount like usual.
Whoa! Offering a discount just like that? Tlazoli sure has connections.
She was once our name engraver, and did a lot for the tribe. It's only fair that I offer her a discount.
Thank you for your generosity. I've finished repairing your Blasium inscription. Here, have a look. Come on, Nachika, say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, so this is Nachika. Tlazoli has shown me some pictures before. It looks like you're doing much better now. How about this? Go ahead and pick anything you'd like from the store. Think of it as a gift from me.
See, she's gonna want to pick something, right? She's gonna want to pick something. She's gonna pick for her. We're gonna pick up on that probably in this scene.
No, that's alright. Mom told me that you've already given a lot to our family.
Oh, well, that was for your family. I've never given anything just for you. If you don't feel like it, you can also let your mom choose for you.
Oh, no need to stand on ceremony, Auntie. Go ahead and pick something for Nachika. His drills and small clamps are good quality. The measurements of each part are exact, and they're always very durable. I always come here to buy things if I find myself in a pinch. Oh, do you have any child-friendly safety scissors? I remember seeing a few different styles.
I have a few in stock, but I put them in the back. Let me bring some out for you to pick.
Oh, no need to bring them all the way here. Why don't we just go in the back and choose there? It should only take a moment.
I don't know much about that kind of scissors. Why don't you just go yourself and...
Well, there are too many different designs and varieties of kid scissors. If you don't come and help me choose, I won't be able to pick one that Nachka would like. Come on, Auntie. It'll only take a moment.
Oh.
Xilonen dragging Tlasoli off to buy more stuff.
Oh, okay. I think I see what's happening here. I think Shilonen's picking up on this too, and she's intentionally taking Tlazoli away from her so that we have a chance to, like, talk to Nachka.
I won't run off. Paimon, who's your favorite character in To Kill the Brave? Paimon's favorite? To Kill, of course. He went through a lot to rescue his family. In the old version of the story, he was never able to reunite with his family, but he was still really strong and fought as best as he could. What about you, Nachka? Which character do you like? I like Remak.
Interesting. Interesting. Let's read into this. Analysis time!
By Quatlique, but never forgot his brother Tequil. He was also an amazing character.
What if... This is such a... Okay, if we're trying to talk about, like, allegories here... Wait... Oh, shit. If we're talking like, connecting the characters between characters, what if the mom is, like, represented as Coatlique? Nichka is, represented as Remak, and Xilonen is Tequil. Wait, I might be cooking here. Guys. I think that's what this is kind of leading into.
If it wasn't for his determination, both he and his brother would have been defeated by Quatlique in the final battle. Of course, a story's only interesting if you can really get immersed in it.
Because the idea here is that, like, no, it's not as deep as, like, Nichka's getting, like, possessed or, like, controlled by her mother. But it's the kind of control that's, like, she doesn't have, like, her own free will half the time. And she wants to, like... get out of that, like... She wants to get out of that situation.
Hey, Nachka, why don't we play pretend? You can be Remak, and Paimon will be Tequil, okay? Mr. Traveler, can I play the role of Coatlique?
Huh?
But isn't she the villain? In the old version, she even ate Remak and took on his appearance.
You said yourself that's the old version. That wasn't the one Nichka read.
Ah, right. She read the version with a happy ending. And that one, Quatlique was defeated and the brothers both survived. Well, it doesn't matter. Only the lines at the end were different. You can go on ahead and say your favorite lines, Nachka. Paimon's read both versions, so she'll be able to play along. My favorite line is the one from the end. It's...
Come here, Nachka. Look at you. You're sweating.
Mom!
Let me wipe your forehead. Now, drink some water. This child. You forget everything as soon as you start playing.
Okay, maybe after this sequence we'll read the new version. We'll, like, skip to the part where the lines change. Because I feel like I'm missing some context in this part.
We've picked something out for Nachka. A Paishpalan will deliver it to Auntie's house once he's packaged it up. How was Nachka?
Oh, we were just about to get to the exciting part.
Xilonen, did you leave us with Nachka on purpose? We could talk with her alone. Exactly. See, I called it. She was trying to, like, get them separated.
Really? Oh, now that Paimon thinks about it, Xilonen has dragged Tlasoli away from us a couple of times now. But why?
Let's talk later. Just trust me and act normal for now. Oh, we should head to our last stop, Auntie. It's real hot today, and we shouldn't let Nachka be in the heat for too long.
Right. Let's go see Chevin and head back home.
Okay, I'll quickly read this, like, new version. As far as I can tell, it is, like, just the ending, right? So as long as I read, okay. Okay. Yeah, so Remote gets possessed, raises blade. Okay. Here's the ending. You vile snake, you wicked shade, be drawn by the light, as you should. That's stuff we've read already. The blazing flames swept over every corner of that gloomy, frigid cavern, and every last poisonous insect within was slain, burned to ash alongside every plot and scheme. So heinous and vile. As the last drop of blood was about to burn away, the roof of the hole above Tequil's head trembled. A fissure opened, and a gem fell down and stopped up his wound. The falling rocks, too, formed a body for the soul that had been bitten by the serpent. The goddess of mountains and fire spoke once more, and her voice echoed across the walls. I have seen your heart and blood, and I shall give of my own. Go back now, return to your tribe with your brother. Yet this heart and blood shall not be left for you, but rather for justice and fairness, for the good and the brave. One night, the old shaman, who had waited day after day beyond the tribe's bounds, stood to welcome the returning Tequil and his brother Remock. They took the offered water and food and said, the venomous snake is slain, and we are victorious. But our hearts and blood do not remain for us, but rather for justice and fairness, for the good and the brave. Light the fire, together we shall stand, and ensure that the flame is never extinguished. So is there any, like, super... I don't really see the difference. Okay, I see the difference in ending. I don't fully know the significance, but we can talk about that.
Really necessary?
We can talk about that after, like, certain stuff progresses. I might piece together stuff later on.
I finished repairing your blaze gem inscription, Chevin. I've also reinforced it so it shouldn't fall apart so easily now.
Thank you. How about the volcanic crystal? Was it usable?
Yes, thanks for that.
You're welcome. I just want to see Nachka get better.
Thank you, Miss Chevin.
It's fine. Honestly, you're both too polite for your own good.
I gotta close my window, hold on. Someone's doing some gardening outside, so I hear, like, I don't know what I use. It's like a lawnmower or something.
I was
Or a
wondering
motor.
where you got the ore for such a large-scale blaze gem inscription. So you must be one of Auntie's accomplices, then.
Oh, Xilonen.
We already know what's going on.
We're all doing our best for Nichka.
You had me worried there. I thought we'd been found out. We'd be in real trouble if Bakal ever got wind of it. To be honest, I won't be able to cover it up for much longer. I've been traveling away from home every few days, and the ore reserves have noticeably decreased.
That is so loud.
The last time Bakal came and asked me about it,
What the fuck?
I could only say
What
that
is... Oh, sorry.
I've been using up a lot of ore to research new styles of jewelry.
They, sorry. I think it's a lawnmower outside, so... The stream mic is fortunately not picking up on the sound, but my Discord stuff is picking up on it. Let me try and move it to, like, -60. Let's see if that works a bit better with the sensitivity. Let's see. Sorry. Give me a second. Alright.
As for why I had been leaving so often, I said that I had found a new ore vein and wanted to extract some new gems from it. Sorry. I've been talking my head off. Please, come in and have a seat.
Sure, we can sit for a moment, but...
Miss Chevin? Can I go see some of the jewelry over there?
You mean Amisha's work? Sure, go ahead. Remember to stay in the shade as much as you can.
Paimon wants to go too! We'll go together. Paimon hasn't looked at Natlan's jewelry very closely yet. Really? Then Paimon's gonna take a good look at what they have!
You haven't bought any jewelry for a while, Auntie. Why don't you pick one out?
Okay.
Come on, Nichka! We don't know anything about Natlan's jewelry, so you can help us pick something out! Mr. Traveler,
Come here, Nachka.
What is... Oh my god, this is... Oh, hold on. The thing is a little... There we go. Alright.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Chevin and Xilonen, but it's already getting late. We should be heading back now.
Oh, this is so creepy. I don't know. It's giving me like chills.
It'll be Nachka's birthday in a few days, and there's still a lot for us to do before then.
No problem. I'll be sure to bring her some beautiful jewelry to celebrate.
Mom,
Oh, that. Oh no.
You're getting hot again. Here, Mom will carry you. Let's get going.
Oh, that's...
You forget to take care of yourself once you start playing. Let's go back and we'll have a talk.
I didn't.
Nachka, I never taught you to lie.
Oh, you know what this is giving me? This is giving me like Mother Gothel vibes. This is giving me Mother Gothel vibes from like Tangled. Dude, what if that isn't Nachika's actual mom? What if she like actually... Oh, dude, that'd be so creepy. That'd be so creepy. Wait. What if that isn't Nachika's actual mom? What if that is like a different person? That's so... Oh no. Oh gosh. I hope I'm wrong about this. That'd be so weird if nobody like picked up on that though.
Sorry, Mom.
Like, I don't know what that means for like the other people in the tribe, because like if they knew that like if like they were there when like Nachiko was born, then surely they would be able to piece things together, right? Don't please, okay, please don't like set up a scene for me. Like I don't want to like go in expecting certain things.
Nichka's looking at us. Paimon feels like something's not right. What should we do?
Just stay quiet. Let's see what Xilonen has to say.
No, Nachika was having so much fun today that she forgot the time. It's not a big deal. Let me help carry her home. I'm worried you would also have to recover if you carried her the whole way.
No, it's fine. I'll carry her. Let's go, Nachka. It's time to go home.
Slazoli declines your help. Oh, okay.
Points for agility.
Thank you, everyone, for spending so much time with us today. Please be sure to come to Nachka's birthday party. Alright, it's nearly bedtime for Nachka, so let's part our ways here.
Oh, Auntie, remember to give her the book, that copy of To Kill the Brave I brought. I went to a lot of trouble to find it.
I understand. Really, do you think I'd let your efforts go to waste? It's very special to receive a book from you. I'm sure she'll put it somewhere safe. Right, Nachka?
Yeah. Thanks, Xilonen.
Oh, put it somewhere? Isn't she going to read it?
Well, I've read the story to her many times already. She's even memorized nearly every line.
Oh, that won't be a problem, Auntie. Nachika's probably never heard this version of To Kill the Brave.
Oh, what's different about this version?
The majority is about the same, but the ending is different from the one that you bought her. The one I gave her is the unedited version that was originally published. It was released long before Nachka fell ill.
Oh, but I remember you were never very interested in fairy tales, Xilonen.
Huh. Well, I was just thinking that if what you said about Nachka's illness is true, she shouldn't be able to remember anything about her past before her illness. So, the ending to the original version of To Kill the Brave is also part of the past that she should have forgotten.
Wait.
In other words, if she hasn't recently read the old version of the story, then she shouldn't possibly know the ending, right?
I don't understand. Why are you so concerned about the ending of this book? Even if she does remember the ending, what does that prove? Maybe she snuck out somewhere when I wasn't watching and read the first edition of the story.
Yeah, okay, that is a possibility. After all, she does remember things that have happened recently. In which case, yeah, let's go ask around the tribe and see if anyone remembers Nachka reading the book. There are only a few shops in the tribe that sell books, or we can just ask Nachka where she'd read it.
The booksellers all have inscriptions, so there's a chance that their memories...
So, you admit that the inscriptions can affect the tribe's current memories? I was very clear that I would consider that a crime and would stop all work on it.
What is happening now?
There must be a few more books at home. I
do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit.
I beg your pardon?
Nachka, where did you read that book? Answer me.
Go home, Nachka.
It's so cool. Okay, I think it's so cool that she's like becoming the villain that has like no like threatening aura. She's just like, it's like there's no emotion in her voice. She's just like super, and I don't know if that's like the actress or if that's like the character, but I love how I love how this like portrayal is like so different from like a threatening villain. Like she's not doing anything scary, but her delivery and the lines are just making everything unsettling, which I love.
Are you disobeying me?
You're the one who wrote me the letter, Nachka. You're the one who wanted the book. Only you can speak for yourself. We're listening, Nachka. Right here, right now.
Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left.
Silence.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
That's the line from the old ending. Nachka remembers it. I know everything. Xilonen, help me, please. Something's blocking the door.
Whoa. Oh, that is a picture. Look at that. I love the transition. The transition between those, that was so good. Okay, screenshot that really quick. That's so good.
Xilonen, wait for us.
The tunnel is blocked. We can't go in. There might also be traps.
Whoa. What are all those things on Nachka's walls?
It seems Auntie put all the extra inscriptions she made here. If she's trying to finish that ancient name, there's only one place she could go. Come on, follow me.
I knew that tunnel was gonna be something later on. I knew that was gonna be a thing. Okay. Okay, we can keep this team. Actually, let's do a Navia team. Let's do our classic Navia team. And then general reminder,
Let's get this over with.
general reminder, since we're getting into like the climax of the story, just remember everyone, please don't set up the scene for me or the other viewers who haven't played this quest yet, and no spoilers, obviously.
Is this place?
What is my weapon? Oh. It's Noblesse, of course it is.
Auntie's workshop. It was supposedly closed after she stepped down from her position in the tribe. But it appears that we've all been deceived.
Oh, she's got like a whole operation going on.
Why are there people up ahead?
If you're up to shady business, you have to hire shady people to help you. Let's go, don't hesitate!
Alright, let's finish this fast.
Everybody stand a proper send-off from the steep. Coming at ya. Hey there.
That was quick. Yep. Bring it.
What am I doing? Children of Echoes can use their abilities to climb on top of this type of solid phlogiston. Was I not able to? Oh, there we go. I don't know why it wasn't letting me climb on earlier. Okay.
All right.
Watch this!
Oh, they don't drop anything? That sucks. There? Can't I get up there? Oh, do I have to climb up this thing? Huh. Okay, no, that didn't work. We'll get there, don't worry. No. No, don't do this. Fuck. Do I have to climb up this? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. Alright, there's some more people here.
Let's light it up! Alright. Letting brave names echo! Teamwork is dreamwork! Huh?
Oh, there's more.
Eat this! Nice and spicy.
Bring it!
Hey there! Ha! The door's closed here too. Where should we go now?
The transport system seems to still be functioning. Let's go look for the controls and get this cart running again. Maybe it can take us further inside. All right, let's keep going.
And I flip the lever. Oh, do I not need to flip it? No? I think I do need to flip the lever. Why is it not letting me flip the lever? And what am I getting stuck on? What the fuck? Okay, now it flips.
You got here quick. Impressive.
What if Nachka... This is interesting. I'm trying to figure out where, like...
Nachka's up there! What are you planning to do?
Whoa! Why is she on a fucking bed of, like, spiky crystals?
I never lied to you. All this time, I've only been trying to save my daughter. Even though she's not my daughter yet. But once everything is over, she will really become my Nachka.
Oh! Okay. So maybe this is like a fucking Mother Gothel Rapunzel situation. What if it just isn't... What if this... Okay, so I was saying this whole time, like, what if, like, Tlazoli wasn't, like, actually Nachka's mother? What if it's that this isn't Nachka?
What is she saying? Is she not Nachka?
Did she just, like, kidnap a... Did she kidnap some girl?
So you figured it out. I want to use memories to awaken my Nachka. She has stayed in the Night Kingdom for far too long. She's afraid of the dark and cold. I'm the one who made her stay there alone, so I must bring her back.
What?
Don't worry, Nachka. Mom hasn't forgotten anything. She has always remembered your name.
So is Nachka already dead?
I'm afraid so.
Then who's that girl lying up there?
She's a child from my tribe. Her parents were killed in the same abyss attack. But wouldn't you know it, her birthday is the same as that of my Nachka. I raised her and took care of her for many years. I thought that taking her in would help me feel better. I was so happy the first time she was willing to call me Mom. But then, I suddenly felt very, very scared. Is she really my child? My child's name is Nachka. It could only be Nachka.
Oh shit, she's going to a fucking, like, psychosis episode right now.
How could I be happy? My little Nechka is still waiting for me to get her home. As I said, I only want to bring Nechka back, even if it costs me everything. And now, the time has come for me to pay.
Oh, dude, that's so creepy. Bro, so she just got fucking kidnapped?
As for my useless ancient name, it's finally time to put it to good use. If you're not willing to help me, then you can become the fuel for Nechka's ancient name. Xilonen, you have yet to make a move. I take it you're examining the inscriptions around you. It's no use. I've already set up the blaze gem inscriptions, and the engraving diagram has already begun to run. It's all thanks to your ideas. Now, the central inscription will finally become Nechka's ancient name. After Nechka returns, I'll make sure to invite you to her birthday party.
You're not gonna go up there, are you?
Nechka's already dead. We can't let her harm an innocent child.
There's a flaw in this engraving diagram. The weak point is almost about to activate. So on my mark.
Don't worry, Nechka. Don't worry. Mom is here.
3.
Mom will always be with you. I'll never forget you.
2.
Wake up, Nechka. Now. Please, wake up.
1!
It's alright. It's alright. You'll see Mommy soon. Nechka.
Holy shit!
Keep back! Those are distorted thoughts. And the mists are the thoughts' twisted cries. If you become tainted by them, they will control you, and you'll never be free again.
Where are you?
Oh! Oh gosh!
It hurts. It hurts. Why am I alone?
Nechka, why?
No more medicine. Will you stay with me forever? Please never leave me again.
Telasoli, you're the one who twisted Nechka's name into a shackling prison. It's time for you to hear her true voice. Stone engraved and echoing peaks. Converge, disperse. In ashes be reborn. For flames born anew, and the blazing dawn.
Mommy will be with you. Nechka. Always. And forever.
Mommy, I've always been with you. And now you're finally listening to me. The old births the new, as flowers shield the roots, so life ever cycles until we return to the loam. We've known each other a while, but we've never met. You're Nechka? Yes, but I still don't know your name. My name's Nepeka. It really suits you. Nepeka, I bless you from the past and wish that every day of your future will be filled with peace and happiness.
I saw Nachka and was speaking with her, but now, where did she go?
I'm gonna take a few minutes. Hold on. If I'm not saying anything for a bit, I just have to. I'm trying to process everything.
Nachka? Nachka? Where are you? Answer, Mummy. Please. Please. Xilonen, you saw her too, didn't you? You saw my little Nachka. I felt her hands and hugged her. I was right. I was right. Those gray shadows were just a minor mistake. I just need to restart the ritual again. Alright, I'll start it again and Nachka will...
Have you still not come to your senses, Auntie?
What senses? I was not wrong. Nothing about what happened was wrong. She's just a little upset and was trying to ignore me. That child sure knows how to throw a tantrum. But I understand. I can accept that.
Enough, Tlisoli! The person you summoned with the Blaze Gem inscription wasn't the real Nachka at all. You collected memories of Nachka from countless people, but you forgot one thing. Among what you gathered were not only real memories, but also countless emotions. Didn't you realize what kind of emotions people would feel upon seeing Nachka's condition? When people held a dying child's hand, when they felt her faint breath and saw the helplessness in her eyes, when they sensed her body growing colder and colder, what could they feel but abject pain and sorrow?
I took those emotions.
You absorbed those emotions into the Blaze Gem inscriptions and solidified them as a piece of her past.
Oh, fuck.
Those gray figures were projections of that past. They could only reproduce the appearance of Nachka in her sickly state. What the real Nachka wished to say was drowned out by those twisted and painful thoughts.
I didn't want things to turn out like this. All I wanted was to remember Nachka, to see her again.
Nachka has always been with you, Auntie. Everything has long been recorded on your ancient name. The one you said was useless. You exhausted every option and sacrificed everything in the hopes of saving your daughter. That is undeniable. But have you forgotten the true meaning of your own ancient name?
Oh, what is her ancient name?
My ancient name is Undugu.
Kinship. Oh.
The immovable love between you and Nachka has already been recorded in your ancient name, but you chose to ignore that. Names are blessings from the past to the future. You told me that, Auntie. You gave Nachka her name, her first blessing. But now, you've turned her name into a prison by taking an innocent child captive, and you've imprisoned yourself.
Nachka is everything to me. Without her, I can't see any future for me. And as for blessings... What blessings have I had since the day she passed? I see her in my dreams every day, grasping my hand, telling me she's in pain, asking me to hold her. But I can't say anything. I can't grasp her hand. All I can do is shout her name over and over again until I wake up. Every day, every single day, I've hated myself and ancient names
Oh,
too.
whoa.
Who knows? Maybe hate would have been the only thing left to her too.
You think Nachka would have come to hate you? Auntie, do you still remember the last words Nachka ever said to you? Do you remember what her final words really were? The reason you haven't felt blessed is because you've forgotten the true past. Auntie, you've been wallowing in memories of your imagination and refused to let go of them. A name without a past is nothing but a withered tree with no roots, rotting without a future. It's over, Auntie. It's all over now.
Slowly now. Why don't you stay lying down? Oh, on second thought, this might not be the best place to rest. Xilonen, Nichka, Napecha, can already stand now, so we made our way over. Thank you, Paimon and Mr. Traveler. I'm fine, really. The real Nachka helped me just now, so it doesn't hurt much anymore.
That's good. If you became Nechka, then this story would really become the To Kill the Brave. This isn't the place to chat. Come on, let's get out of here.
But what about Tlasoli?
Oh, don't worry. She won't be able to cause any more trouble now.
Wow, okay, that is a lot to unpack. Okay.
All right.
All right, I've locked Auntie in the house with a few ropes. I'll take her to the tribe shortly to be punished for what she did.
It'd be so cool if Xilonen, like, adopted Napecha.
As for now, we can get away from the house and get some sun. After dealing with all of that, I'm completely out of energy.
She's already planned out everything. Xilonen sure doesn't waste time. It's still so scary to imagine. Tlasoli wanted to turn her adopted child into Nechka, and she even nearly succeeded. Yeah, she was so cool in the final moments. She went right into action and took control of the situation instantly.
Well, it's all thanks to Nepeka's resilience. She never gave up. If it weren't for her bravely trying to get help, then I wouldn't have noticed Auntie's plan so easily.
It was thanks to all of you encouraging me. After all, this was already the last idea I could think of. I tried to get the attention of many others who visited before, but they were all either quickly whisked away by Tlasoli or simply refused to believe me. Even if I told them everything, Tlasoli would just blame my illness to cover it up. All she had to do was start to cry, and then the guest would try to comfort her, but completely forget about me. She would inspect all the letters I sent and any gifts I received. And then, if I didn't comply, she would force me to drink some strange medicine.
Whoa.
It would put me to sleep for a few days, and it would be hard for me to remember anything. I would see a lot of weird things while I slept, and the walls around me would start talking. I would be so scared every day. If I wasn't able to get your help this time, I might have just given up. You have us now, Nepeka. If anyone dares to hurt you again, the Traveler and Xilonen will send them flying! Yeah. Sorry, I just can't help it. You are already super brave, and you even managed to call Xilonen for help. Oh, you definitely found the right person. Xilonen isn't the kind of person who gets distracted easily by crying. She pays attention when someone's talking and doesn't miss a beat.
And it was because of your help that I was able to pick up on the details. Without you, it would have been extremely difficult for her to communicate that she needed help. Tlasoli would certainly be more on guard if I tried to speak with her, and would probably have just kept Nepeka locked up in her room again.
So we had a part to play too! But where did Tlasoli even get the confidence to try this scheme? When Nechka was alive, surely many tribe members would have tried to help her. Was she not scared that someone would realize that Nepeka wasn't Nechka?
It's been using the Blaze Gem inscriptions for a very long time.
That's certainly a possibility. The inscription she created would not only collect information related to Nechka's past, but also actively erase people's memories of Nechka. It's similar to graffiti. If you want to paint something new on a wall that has been painted before, then first you must remove the old painting. It's possible that I was also one of her targets, which would explain why she was so willing to let me have the central inscription.
Whoa. And you still took it? If it were Paimon, she would have thrown that thing away the first chance she had.
Well, you can't uncover the truth without taking some risks, right? If I hadn't disassembled the inscription myself, I would have never realized her actual motives.
So you suspected her from the very beginning?
Oh, no, she's my auntie after all. How could I have seen her as a villain from the start? The most I did was keep the possibility and a corresponding plan in mind, and it was just our luck that the worst case scenario actually happened. But now that I look back on it, we still managed to rescue a suffering child, even if that wasn't our original intention. Anyway, I think we've just about summarized everything and praised each other enough by now. Everything is finally over, and Nepeka can finally be herself.
So, what should I do now, Xilonen? You should do whatever you like, of course. No one's going to lock you up anymore. But I don't know what I can do. Everything I know is about Nechka. What she'd like to eat, which flowers she enjoyed, how she acted and spoke. I'm not her, but I can only be like her. I don't know, Xilonen. I just don't know.
Oh, don't worry, Nepeka. The Blaze Gem inscription isn't working anymore. No one will force you to be somebody else again.
But I no longer remember anything about myself now besides my name. What if I never remember my life and lose all of my past? I'm scared, Xilonen. What should I do?
Oh, don't cry, Nepeka.
Adopt her, come on.
Here, take this. I took some ore from Tlasoli's collection and made this as a mold.
A Blaze Gem inscription! You can make them too?
Oh, of course not. It's just a pretty piece of stone. Take it. I've engraved your name, Nepeka, on the top. This is your first blessing, the one you received from a pair of people who loved you with all their hearts. It has always protected you and stood over you. For all of past, present, and future, it's never strayed far.
But I don't even remember the names of my parents. I don't remember anything.
Huh. I won't make any big promises and say everything will return to normal. I'm not sure what kind of future you will face. I can only promise that no matter what the future holds, your name will never fade. This is a blessing given to you by a name engraver. You'll continue to grow and mature as a sapling sprouts upward and becomes a healthy tree, or as birds spread their wings to fly high into the sky. Your name is your starting point, as well as your guide. Remember your name and everything you've experienced, and you'll know how to step into your future.
I'll do my best. You can do it, Nepeka! Thank you all. Xilonen, Paimon, and Mr. Traveler.
If you really can't come up with what to do, don't worry. Just relax and take it easy. We're from the same tribe after all. If nothing else works, I can always go to the elders and look up your history. And until then, you can stay at my workshop. I can handle another mouth to feed.
Oh, let's go. She does adopt her. Let's go. I'm so happy. Do you think you can find anything about her?
I don't know if the plan will work. I'm not even sure who I should look for. Well, rather than placing our hopes on a plan that relies so heavily on luck, we should just focus on ourselves. Well, anyway, enough about all that for now. Let me take Tlasoli back to the tribe first. Oh, come with me, Nepeka. Oh, gosh. I nearly forgot that we haven't even had dinner yet. What would you like to eat?
Huh? Oh, anything. I'm not picky.
Oh, good. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do. We have a very busy future ahead of us. Oh, and one more thing. Happy birthday, Nepeka.
Aww. Okay. That is a lot to unpack. Oh, wait, there's more? What? Wait, there's more? Oh, okay, never mind. Hold on, let us unpack all of that after this little after scene. Dude, the tone of the quest though, that was a massive shift in the whole dynamic though. I was actually getting like chills from that.
Oh, you're here. Everything's been taken care of now. I was just about to go have a rest.
So what about Tlazoli? Will she be punished?
Well, the tribe is still discussing that. I mean, not many have ever used ancient names to commit a crime. Pakal will have a lot on his plate. What I do know is that Tlazoli's workshop will be closed permanently, and any remaining incomplete Blaze Gem inscriptions will be completely destroyed. And as for the completed Blaze Gem inscriptions, I'll be handling them, which, yeah, yet another hassle to deal with. Anyway, at least her ancient name is fine. Otherwise, we'd have a real mess on our hands. Oh, and speaking of ancient names, I actually have some good news. The memories that were absorbed by the Blaze Gem inscriptions can be restored to their owners. Now, once all the Blaze Gem inscriptions stop working, the memories will return to their respective owners.
Everyone's memories of Nachiko will all come back?
Yeah, that's right. Huh. Wait, now that I think about it, in her attempt to get Nachiko to come back, Auntie made the entire tribe forget about her. Now, Nachiko really is gone, but everyone is about to remember her. Phew, what a bizarre turn of events.
How's Nepeka doing?
She's resting in my workshop. I contacted others from the tribe and told them about my plan to conduct an official investigation into her history. The tribe hasn't responded yet, so I'm planning to take her in for now and teach her some crafting skills. But that's for another time. For now, she should just rest and sleep. After all, she's got a busy future ahead of her.
Alright, little additional tidbit after. And now we can collect these. Perfect. I believe I don't have enough to ascend her just yet, but it's fine. I can get those later today. Oh, my ancient... What? Oh, wow. That's pretty cool, actually, that we get, like... I wonder if we have to do, like, a bunch of world quests to, like... get our, I guess we have to do a bunch of, like, other quests at some point to, like, fill up that chronicle. Okay, wow. Let's unpack all of that. Let's try to unpack all of that. Okay, wow. Okay, that's a lot. I'm sorry, that's a lot to cover here. So, okay. I want to talk about Tlazoli first and foremost, because I liked how her character... I like her character, like how she was written. She had... I thought it's such a smart way to introduce a villain, like in this format, because it's like a reverse... It's like reverse character development. I think it's like... For anyone who's watched Steven Universe, it gives me the same vibes as like Rose Quartz. You start off the beginning of the story with everybody singing like Rose Quartz's praises and being like, oh, you know, she was such an amazing person. And then as the story progresses, you peel back the layers and realize just like she wasn't like a good person at all, honestly. I think the difference obviously is that like Rose Quartz actually did have character development. It's just that you were like, you saw the reverse development by peeling back her past. Whereas with Tlazoli, her reverse development is more so peeling back the facade that she has been presenting to other people. Because we actually start off the story with her being like, oh, she's a really cool person. She's a really nice person. She, you know, she sacrificed a lot to take care of her daughter. And then as, like, we start progressing throughout the story, her mask starts to slip. We start to see her reveal her true nature. Which is such a cool way to, like, make a villain. I think the other thing I like about this is that I don't know. I really like it when villains are villainous, but you have that backstory that makes you understand why they went down a path that they went. Like, you know, I'm not trying to say that I'm justifying her actions. Obviously, she basically kidnapped a child and subjected them to, like, massive amounts of psychological abuse. So no, she's not a good person by any means. But I like how even when she was like spiraling down her like rabbit hole of like emotional like torment, I like how it wasn't that she was like going crazy, like crazy of like becoming like villainous. It was like spiraling down grief. You could see that at the end of the day, she was still just a grieving mother who went down like a really, really dark path. And I think it's such an I like that concept of like taking the idea of like a parent, but taking them down a dark path, because like I guess the idea is like you hear the sentence all the time, like, you know, how far would a parent go for their child? And you usually see it in like very like noble, you know, noble senses, like, oh, a parent would sacrifice themselves for a child. A parent would be willing to do this for their child. But you never actually get to see like the dark side of that. Like, it's very rare to see the dark side of that scenario of like a parent would do these horrible acts for their child. And it's, I don't know, I just found it really interesting how they developed her villain. Because she's like... It's like, I don't know how to explain it. She's not evil by nature, but she's doing a lot of evil things, of course. Which is like the best way I can... It's the best way I can describe it.
All right.
I think yeah, and it's really cool that it's really, I don't know, it's the whole dynamic is so interesting. Like with Nepeka, I think it's really interesting to portray the idea that like it's one of those gray dark gray crimes where it's motivated by emotion and exactly. It's like yeah, exactly. It starts off noble, but it becomes something super messed up that, you know, basically hurts another person in the process. I love the role Nepeka had in this quest. I like how... Yeah, okay, so as I mentioned before, I noticed that there was something off with, like, the fact that we never actually got to be introduced to Nepeka until, like, maybe, like, halfway through the third act. I always thought it was really suspicious that we, like, after we heard the initial fall, she, like, we never actually went to go see Nepeka herself. And once again, I thought that it was because of, like, a physical abnormality that was, like, they were kind of keeping hidden. Like, I was totally expecting, like, scarring, like, abyssal scarring, and, like, stuff that, like, would make us, like, actually, like, jump back in horror, like, oh my gosh, what the hell happened to her? I was kind of expecting a Hilly Churl, honestly. I was like, man, what if Nepeka's, like, or, like, what if, I guess at that moment it was, like, Nechka. I was like, what if she's, like, a Hilly Churl or something? But, no, yeah, it was interesting that the reason they did not let us meet her was because it was, like, kind of a foreshadowing of, like, how much, Tlazoli was sheltering and, like, kind of, like, hiding her. I am happy, though, that my comment on that, like, initially, like, the initial comment I had was, like, kind of weird that we haven't seen her yet. I'm glad that that actually had, like, some merit in, like, the actual reveal. I'm sorry, did they have a character? Sorry, there's an NPC named Mama Coco? I love that. I love that. What? But yeah, Nepeka's, the way that they kind of, like... The way that they revealed the abusive dynamic was also really... For lack of a better word, it was actually cool how they, like, showed that. Because it wasn't some massive, like, 180 twist. It was, like, a slow... It was, like, a very slow development of, like... Just kind of picking up on the subtle details and realizing, hey, something's kind of off here. Like, why is she answering for, Nechka? Why is she, like, constantly, like, trying to stay by her side? Like, everything felt... It starts off feeling like, oh, she's, like, just being a helicopter parent. And then it develops into, like, oh, she is, like, full-on controlling her.
All right.
And then it develops into, like... And then it develops into, like... Oh, like, this is, like, not even her fucking daughter. I think the other thing that was kind of mentioned earlier was, how, Nepeka wanted to play the role of, what's her face? Coatlicue? That is actually that was actually, I wouldn't have picked up on it myself, so, like, just, like, small shout out to Long for, like, mentioning that little detail. The idea that, like, she sees herself as the god, or, like, the evil god that basically took control of the younger brother.
All right.
Because once again, if we, yeah, if we see it as, like... I think it's interesting because here's what I find interesting. If I'm reading into this correctly, both endings in a way are
you running away?
both endings are the correct, are like good ways to visualize the ending of this quest. Because if we look at it from the old ending, which is what they kind of wanted us, they kind of like pieced for us, I'd say Xilonen is to kill. Okay, wait, I said old version, right? Yeah. Xilonen is to kill. Remark was what's her? No. Not Xilonen is to kill. I guess it'd be more of a, I think it would be that Tlazoli was to kill. I think Tlazoli was to kill. Ne. Oh fuck, what's her name? I totally blanked on what her name is supposed to be. Wait, Nachka. Yeah. Nachka would be Rimak. And or Rimak. And then Coatlicue would be Nipak fucking hell. Nipak? I'm forgetting names already. Fuck. Where's it? Nepeka. Okay. So, yeah, Nepeka would be Coatlicue in this situation. Because she's, like, basically taking over Remok slash... Wait. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Remok is Nepeka. Nachka would be Coatlicue in this situation. Right? And then we have, I guess in a way we have, like... Wait. No. No, yeah, it makes sense, it makes sense. I think in a way Nachka would be Coatlicue. And I think Tlazuli would be Tlazuli would be hey fuck Tequil. And this is the ending that would, I think that what should have happened in the ideal world is the old ending where... Wait. Oh, that doesn't make sense anymore. Nachka, wait. Okay, how am I viewing this? I'm viewing this through, like, Tlazuli's perspective. Nachka would be... Nachka would be... Nachka would be Remok, because Tequil has to accept that Remok is dead, and as long as you, it's like, and it's, what is it? As long as you yeah, remember my name. As long as you remember me, I will have never left. So it's kind of like the ending where, like, that could have been with, Tlazuli Tlazoli, where if she just honored her daughter's memory, it would have been kind of like this ending. The new ending is kind of the happy ending that she is trying to fulfill. She's trying to fulfill the new ending where they both get to go home together. But that's not actually the case. You know, that's not the real ending. I think what's also really interesting as well is that both of the endings are like, I guess it depends on how you view it, because when I view it as like from Tlazoli's perspective, then that's kind of how it is. Like, Tequila is Tlazoli, and then Rimac is Nechka. If I view it from... If you view it from Nepeka's perspective, Nepeka is Rimac. Nechka is, in a way, Quatlicu, because she's... While it's not like Nechka trying to do this on her own accord, she is effectively taking over... She's effectively taking over Remoc's body. I guess in a sense you could consider it as like Tlazoli is also... You can kind of like intertwine it, honestly. Tlazoli and Nechka would both be like Quatlicu in like different ways. Quatlicu's like the... Like, Nechka would be like the embodiment of like the possession. But Tlazoli would be the, like, the one actually pulling the strings. Oh, what if... Wait, there's a snake involved, isn't there? Wait, there's a snake. So... What if Quatlicu is Tlazoli and then the snake is... Then the snake is the snake is represented as Nechka. Because at the end of the day, the snake's the one that takes control of Raymok, right? But it's the Earth Mother, Quatlicu, who's pulling the strings. I don't know. This is also convoluted. I'm just rambling at this point. Point is, you can view it from the perspective of different characters, and the story kind of changes. Like, how you view the story in depending on where you place characters kind of changes. I think that Rimac would be considered as... when you view... okay, so once again, when you view Tlazoli as representing... Tequila, you can understand that Nechka would be Rimac, and then I don't know. I don't know who the Quatlicu is. Maybe Quatlicu would be perceived as Nepeka, right? And then they're trying to fulfill the new ending by reuniting the two brothers, aka the mother and daughter. But what we get instead is the old ending, where Tlazoli has to accept that her like daughter is now gone. And then if you view Nepeka as the new, or as the Rimac, then you can view Tlazoli as Quatlicu, because she's the one kind of like trying to take control of Nepeka. And I guess maybe in this case, maybe Xilonen is the... In this case, I believe maybe like Xilonen is the Xilonen is like to kill. But I think what's interesting is that like you can view the new ending as being like what happened. You can kind of, I guess you flip the script, you know, like Nick, the new ending is what happened. It's the happy ending for Xilonen and Nepeka, because they actually get to like quote unquote reunite, but they get to like save the, you know, they save the Remok representative, basically. The old ending is what happens with Tlazoli, because now she has to live the rest of her life not having to accept that her daughter is now dead for good. I don't know. I think I know what I'm trying to say. I'm not good at like actually saying what I want to say, but that's kind of like my process behind it. It's like depending on who. Oh wow, holy shit. Okay. Okay. The chat did not show up until just now. It's also okay, yeah, sorry. The chat did not pop up. I just got front loaded like 8 messages. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's the general gist of it. The depending on who you're representing with the different characters determines how you view these two stories, which I think is really cool. I'm glad that this time around I actually decided, hey, let's, you know, read the story, because I always get those things. I always see like the long ass, you know, story that, or the long ass like letter, and I'm like, I'm not reading all this shit, and I probably miss on a lot of context. So it's really cool that I actually took the time to read this whole fucking thing and be like, hey, let's see if we can like get some foreshadowing later on in the story, which once again actually helped. I actually managed to piece a lot of things together. God, I should really do some videos. Like I should make some videos on like lore and stuff like that. I kind of want to make a There's so many times I tell myself, "Oh, I'm going to make a video on this like lore thing," and then I never actually do it. God, I should become a but just me jumping from like game concept to lore tuber. I could do that actually. It wouldn't be the worst idea for me to jump between like genres. Okay, but any Kaveh things? Spoiler. Okay, obvious. If you're asking for spoilers, okay, I'm not gonna give you like a major like, oh, this is what the rework's gonna be. I will give you this much as a breadcrumb. All of the Kaveh Bloom related teams that you can think of will be maintained. He will still have an active role in every Bloom related team. So do with that information what you will. But you'll see the you'll see what I mean, you know. I'm not going to share too much. I kind of want to, well, I don't know. What am I talking about? I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't like giving away too much with that with the concepts. I want people to kind of see for themselves what I mean. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, all the Bloom related teams you can think of with Kaveh, like, oh, where can I use Kaveh? It will be expanded, and you'll get to see how the rework kind of works with like making him work in those Bloom related teams. But anyway, I am going to end stream here. I think we've almost hit 4 hours of streaming, so I am obviously a little more drained than usual.
10 points for agility.
I will end off the stream by getting this chest first, and then we'll actually end it off.
Let's light it up! Hear the echoes of the valley! I'm going in! Huh?
Gooba, get them! Hey,
Shadow of the past. Mine to command. Locked on.
the Deadwood Blaze and Dragonfire!
Another chest, apparently.
Do I get a share?
You actually want this trash?
Alright, let's finish this fast.
Is she the only person in this area?
Target acquired.
Alright, so that'll... Okay, now we'll end stream. So yeah, thank you everyone who, thanks for everyone who stayed around to chill and chat with me. Thanks for everyone who may have just been lurking in the stream, you know. Every viewer is a worthy viewer. And thanks for everyone who's watching the VOD. Yeah, as of right now, each video comes out, either later today or tomorrow, depending on your time zone. But, yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye!